And we are live. It is Tuesday. It's time for Carl and Derek to get some games.
Absolutely.
We've got a few people jumping in to watch. I promised something, and now I'm going to deliver. We're talking about some reveals. So, after our first game, I'm going to reveal the promos that are going to be part of the second organized play season. But first, I'm going to show you, just moving our stands around here. We're going to upgrade our camera before the next stream. I hope you guys enjoy some of the upgrades we have. We've got a little renown counter. We have a way to let you see who controls what location, a little day counter, so we really try to make it look a bit better. Here are the promos that we have, the social promos for Gen Con. These are both done by Alizilla, who is awesome. She did this one, Justice Served Cold, which is two doggos, and one is bonking the other on the head, just like the artwork from Tooth and Claw. And the other one is just a home run. It is Don Constanzo Scarpa, the cold-blooded patriarch with new flavor text. The Vidachi district is a den of vipers from Theus himself. So you can pick these up coming to any of our social events. We've got a few that are going to be on the calendar. Principally, there's the Nikki Blaine Cigar Bar. You do not have to smoke a cigar, but that is a great way to hang out with all of us and have some fun and enjoy some drinks and cigars. The next piece we're going to talk about is... Oh, Blaine's is great. Oh, that's Mason. What's up, Mason? We've got the 3 cards that are the story cards for Gen Con. Last year, we introduced this. On rounds 3, 4, and 5, these special story cards come into play, and one side is what we call a shanty side. This is a special side just for events that has a story in it. And I know our camera's a little low quality. Like I said, we're going to upgrade that, so you probably can't read this, so I will narrate for you. The first one we have is Roll the Dice. This is going to come out on round 3. Players can read it, and then it gives instructions to flip it over, and it becomes a permanent event that's always going to be in play. This year, they have no mechanical changes. Last year, that was something we experimented with. We got feedback that people didn't like that. So we're doing strictly story stuff on here. You can participate in it. You don't have to. It's more of an add-on. Mason, your promo is actually going to be shown later. It's in the general pack for everybody. So this one right here, Roll the Bones. Roll the dice. The story for this: the Devil Jonah's bones have been let loose upon the city of 5 sails. This set of rattling dice holds the power to control storms and doom the souls of men. Anyone who holds them is both fortune's favored child and the city's biggest fool. May Theus have mercy on whoever holds them, and may he spare twice as much mercy for that fool's enemies. It says, during setup, add this card to the docks, then flip it over. And on the flip side, it gives some simple instructions. They're all kind of going to say the same thing, which is after a player takes control of the docks, in this case is the docks, other cards will be the forums or the bazaar. Remove any faction tokens from this card. Then place that player's faction token on this card. So if you claim the docks, you're going to take your faction token and you're going to put it on Roll the Bones. Whoever controlled this last is going to get the special story piece. And then it says, at the end of the game, if your faction token is on this card, report that your faction sees the Devil Jonah's bones. And then a very special note here at the bottom, our story team will assign them to the character in the prevailing faction that is least likely to use them responsibly. So if you want to grab up the Devil Jonah's bones for yourself, this is the time to do it. The second one is admittedly the one I'm the most excited about. This one relates to Angelo. So last year during the For the Family event, players chose for Angelo, of all people, to have a redemption arc, and that's something that we're working on. And it's actually probably going to come to fruition here at Gen Con. We'll see how things go. The story is A Twist of Fate. This is going to come out in round 4. Once upon a time, Angelo was a no-good, rotten goon. However, recent events have planted a seed of guilty conscience in his chest and grant him the opportunity to redeem himself. However, the Red Hand Gang will not part with their members. Should a man wish to flee the Don Constanzo's garrote wire and Chesca del Roso's strings of fate, they'll need sturdy friends in high places. This one's going to go at the forums, and last player to take control of the forums at the end of the game. If your non-Vidachi token is on this card, report that your faction recruits Angelo and learns the secret of Dufour's murder. This is special. We've talked with the design team. We are absolutely giving any faction that claims Angelo a brute named Angelo in their faction deck options. So if you want a brute in your faction, now's the time. Really fight for this one. If your Vidachi faction token is on this card, report that Angelo has been redeemed, but will not survive. So Vidachi has an option to spoil for everybody, which is absolutely in character for them. Go for it. The last one, Money Talks. Elgato has been declared an outlaw, and a bounty has been placed on their head. The Castilians are left scrambling to save their favorite scoundrel and keep them from harm. Old habits die hard, however, and Elgato has 9 lives besides. The infamous thief still plans on committing one last heist within the bazaar, and this is, I think, the best flavor text Carmel has ever written from Elgato themselves. The bounty is almost high enough to consider turning myself in. I just need a body double, a convincing disguise, lockpicks, gunpowder, a Senderis practitioner, and ... My favorite part of this is the Senderis practitioner, because for people who know 7C, that's like somebody who makes pacts with demons. So you're going that far.
Demoniac.
This one's going to the bazaar. At the end of the game, if your non-Castile faction token is on this card, report that your faction's leader foiled the heist and caught Elgato. If your Castile token is on this card, report that Elgato outwitted and safely escaped a leader of their choice, and Castile's top of faction player will choose who that is. So we want to give some agency to those top of faction players. This one I think is going to be really fun because we're going to see some leaders have a real fight in the fiction, and that's going to be really hype. I'm personally most excited about Angelo, and I mean I selfishly love if Asura scooped him up, but that's not my decision.
Yeah, I am also, even though I am a hardcore Montaigne player, Asura really needs an extra body, just in general.
I mean, it couldn't hurt, but this is what we talked about last week. We have given up our agency and given it to you, so please do the thing we want sometimes on accident. So tonight we've got myself and Derek. Derek is a top 8 player from last year's World Championship at Gen Con, and he is practicing to get ready for this upcoming Gen Con. Let's see. I'm just reading the chat right now. No, Angelo can still be used in Vidachi. The way to imagine this, the brutes are already kind of nameless thugs. That's why you can keep bringing them back with Bravos and things like that. So just kind of imagine that it's a different guy named Angelo, I guess. But no, we're not going to make it illegal. That would really disrupt the way Vidachi plays. Somebody else is just going to get an Angelo, probably with the hero trait, because that sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
But that's actually not totally my decision. That's going to depend on how things go at Gen Con. Yeah, here we go. Agent Shosuro coming in. Uniqueness to characters is unique to your deck. Correct. Yeah, exactly. There's just... Angelo's a very popular name in the Vidachi district. Just no problem. Just replace him.
Isn't it just Italian for Andrew?
Probably, something like that. I don't know. I'm not Italian.
I'm not Italian either.
All right, so I don't know what you're playing, Derek, but I'm playing Asura today. And I've got Yevgeny on the field, and this includes some Tooth and Claw stuff, including I think my favorite character in Tooth and Claw, which is Ivy. Ivy rocks. Ivy's like...
Ivy giving extra gambles is incredible.
Yeah.
Especially with Yevgeny.
They are a very good addition to the approach deck, and I think we got Mason in here, so Mason's probably loving that because that is his designer card.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More story stuff for Ivy. Yeah, absolutely. You can. And the cool thing about our community, Mason, is you can actually bribe somebody if you want. Go for it. Go for it. Offer them promos if they make an Ivy related decision. That's fine. It's just all has to be in. It all has to be in good spirit.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing Russians. You have to be extremely bribable.
Yeah. It's a certain bureaucracy. Mm-hmm. They're doing what they can. All right. So we're gonna get started. First, we're going to. Start with Dawn on day 1, and I've got some cool tools to show off here. I talked about them already, but if you guys are watching stream, you can see, oh, wait a minute. Did Derek get the bazaar? Boom! See that little bazaar moving over? I'm very happy about that. I'm just trying to make things easier because I understand the camera quality isn't great, but we're going to make that better. All right. Let's see what our day one drop is. All right, for day one, starting on the forums, we have, on the docs, we have Chance Meeting. That's kind of a dead card today.
Yeah.
And then we have Colin Adelheid at the forums and Risky Undertaking at the Bazaar. So normally we'd leave this out, but we're trying to have an exciting game on stream. Do you want to leave it out? What do you want to do?
I'm playing Montaigne.
You know, it's actually relevant now.
It's actually relevant.
You got to be careful. So
Yes.
that's pretty cool. Chance Meeting is a new card in the city deck, and what Chance Meeting says is city action. You could target any player, and then in order of initiative, each player that controls fewer characters than the targeted player may muster a character from their approach deck at this location and discard this card. So this is great. This is a catch-up mechanic, a bit of a rubber band. And Derek pointed out that he's got Montaigne, so if he drops a Reputation Mérité and gets an extra character in play, he will have more characters than me, so I could muster an extra one. So I am glad that came up. That came up in testing like a couple times, and it's fun to see that immediately have an impact on the board. I dig it.
Yeah.
All right, this is really going to change our first day.
I feel like this catch-up mechanic is particularly good for renowned-focused decks because they're usually getting caught out. One or two of their people will die because they're not combat-oriented. And catch-up mechanics like this are really important.
All right, I've got my day one approach.
Okay.
We're in planning day one.
Let's see, and yeah, let's have fun, Carl. It's a casual game. We're being casual about it.
All right, let's see him.
Boom.
All right, I've got Leshy of the Wood, Horatio, and Reputation Mérité.
Yep.
All right, well,
To the surprise of no one.
you're at initiative 62, so you've got the first move here. Where are you dropping renown? Because you can drop it at a location with no renown.
All right, I'm gonna grab one of these excellent little coins, and I'm looking at Risky Undertaking, and just thinking, oh man, I could stack up a bunch of money on here, and oh, you've got Leshy.
I've got Leshy. You got to think about that.
You're just gonna blow up whatever location I put money on.
Yeah, probably. I don't like you having that.
Outermost location.
I also mustered Torsten today. So Torsten was my muster. He's
yeah.
big, thick
He
boy.
likes, yeah. He's got a big butt. He punches hard when he gets angry. Angry drunk, that Torsten. Okay. The only safe bet is the forums.
That's safe if you want your money out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna obviously Leshy Risky Undertaking today, rather the Bazaar today. So Leshy the Wood says choose one of the outermost locations, add a renown to two other locations. Place this card on the chosen location, discard all city cards at the chosen location. All characters there go home, and renown cannot be added or moved to that location. It cannot be controlled, and at the end of the day, this card's going to go away. So Risky Undertaking is out. So one thing about Leshy, you can still move to the location with Leshy.
That's what I was going to point out. You can move people there. It doesn't
just
do anything for them.
You're not going to do much.
It's like, okay, I'm just going to come hither someone into the literal middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So we're really just kind of playing on two locations today. And I mean, there are some like good escapes that can be made to that location. It's an option. It's a city location you could retreat to, but you know, I've also
has no tactical value.
probably got Predatory Pursuit or Razrushatel, and I'll probably try to come get you if you do that. Don't do that.
Oh, I might do that, Carl.
All right, we got one renown on the docks and then two on the forums, and I'm drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I shuffled
cards.
so well, and my cards are still doing this to me. I might have you shuffle my deck or cut it in the future, but you know what? We'll make it work. We're doing it live.
All right, you've got the opening here. Here's the fancy first player token.
Oh, thank you. I feel fancy. All right, so I'm doing some thoughts here. There's some money over here. Killing aldehyde. Really great, folks. I know for a stone cold fact, if I pull off Reputation Mérité, you're going to put someone on
I'm gonna get a
Chance
boy.
Meeting. You're going to get a boy. but you need to put someone here. And that means you're going to have to split up. And Horatio loves that. Boy, howdy, does Horatio love one-on-one, good old-fashioned duels in an alley of his choosing. So, Horatio is going to move over here.
Great. Yevgeny moves to the forums.
All right. We're doing it live. 5.
All right. So you're issuing a challenge. You're combat 3 with Horatio, so I'm going to place 3 threat. Hey, you're going to use your technique when you issue the challenge. So you're going to put 5 in front of me. Hate that. So I could decline this and take 3, and you could just, be engaged. Or I could just try to smash the crap out of Horatio, which means I'm going to take 3 regardless, because it doesn't actually matter to me. You're not lethal right now.
I'm not lethal right
I'm going to accept this duel, and we're going to open with a gamble.
Yeah, it's a fighting deck. We need to fight.
All right, so I'm going to reveal the top 2 for my deck. And we've got... we're playing Sunder. Ooh, oh man, Morelli's Revision's here, though. So I could parry 2. That's going to give me... That might be worth it. I mean, Sunder's got a great 2/0/2 on the RPT, but Morelli's Revision has a maneuver that lets me block 2. Yeah, we're doing that. So I'm going to sink Sunder. I will use Morelli's Revision. I'm going to activate the maneuver, which means I got to pay one of my 5 cards. I'm pitching Collateral, because I don't think I'm really going to get much use out of it today. So Collateral damage is out of my hand. Morelli's Revision, I'm going to use the maneuver. Choose one. It says +2 parry, or I can wound the adversary, and during the next round, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm taking the 2 parry. I need Yevgeny to keep kicking. So I'm going to open with a 1 riposte. I'm up to 3 parry on this card.
Wow.
Yep, because it's 1 + 2, and then I'm going to thrust 1. Oh, I'm Yevgeny. Yevgeny's passive is when Yevgeny plays a combat card, it gains +1 thrust, and I will take 1 wound.
All right.
Now, I could have used, I could have and should have just used Yevgeny's reaction to do -1 cost on that card, but that's okay. I've got other things.
Okay. Normally I would use my gambles first, but this is too perfect, unfortunately. And I'm going to broken time.
You've broken timing, folks.
1, 2, 3. None of these.
You got a 3 riposte out of it.
I got a 3 riposte out of it, so gosh.
No, you might actually you should take the Dame of Swords and the
extra thrust,
because you're adding the Dame of Swords stats. I'm sorry, do you do both or do you add? I can't remember.
I add.
You add. So you're actually that's going to move 1 more threat to me.
Yeah, and I always want more more threat. Be threatening.
So you're gonna riposte 1.
And
yep.
Riposte 1.
Parry 2, thrust 3. So I've got 4 in front of me.
Upright to show that I've not gambled.
Let's absolutely gamble again. So I've got Blood Like Winter. We're not going to do that because that just doesn't have the RPT for me, and we're going to have to use Relentless on this, which isn't my favorite. We'll riposte 1, parry nothing, and then I'm going to thrust 3. But wait, Yevgeny says +1 thrust, so
it sure does.
Here's 5, and I'm going to take these 3 wounds. It's a big hit on Yev.
And a broken time.
Oh, come on. You got 2 broken times in the opening?
2 broken times.
Get out of here.
You saw me power shuffling. Shuffle.
I might be in trouble. This is going to be fun.
So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we... Yeah, I could quick reflexes 3 of it and eat 2, which I'm not super happy about. Forensic Court is less ideal. Defending Honor, also not fun.
You're going to end up taking 3. No, you can, at most you'll take is 2 if you do quick reflexes.
Yeah. So I guess I'm eating 2 of it. This may have not have been the brightest idea. But you know what? I gotta fight, man. I gotta fight. Fight. So 1, 2, 3. Punk, punk, punk.
Yeah, I'm in big trouble.
And unfortunately, my duelist is slightly beat up.
Yeah, the question is, do I want to just take 3 damage here? And I think the answer is absolutely not. Alternatively, I could just walk away from this fight.
You could just walk away from that fight. Because I still have 3 gambles
I'm just
left.
going to keep losing cards. I could also make this an untenable situation for I also don't really want to be in a position to kill Horatio, because then you're going to get chance meeting out of here. So I
sure am.
I do have another option.
I was hoping you wouldn't see that. My plan, chat, was to turn the tables by baiting Carl and then getting my chance meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And getting another murder boy.
Getting 2 broken times. Granted, I'm glad they're both gone now, but 2 broken times on Yevgeny. Ouch.
Ooch,
ouch.
Ouch, my bones.
So here's what I'm gonna do, and I hate doing it.
Do it.
I'm gonna walk from this duel.
Wow.
I'm gonna take the 3.
What?
Now that could be a really bad thing, but I mean, man, I just took 2 broken times to the face. I'm not doing so hot. So I'm gonna walk. I'm sad that it worked out this way.
What's the level of violence on him?
He's got 7 boo-boos, so he's got 5 remaining. So go ahead, take all your broken times, put them in the discard pile.
That is possibly a 3rd boo on that boo-boo. That's a lot of boo-boos. Boo, 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 boo.
I'm having trouble.
All right, and that was my action.
Sure was.
I was really hoping you would put Horatio down so I could get more friends and Yevgeny would be inches from death. But I accomplished half of my goal.
I'm going to move Torsten up to this location.
All right. Okay, I'm going to... Yevgeny is still standing, which I don't love.
Come on up, Odette.
Yeah, really, though. 7. So he's got 5 health left, which is Odette's entire pool. You know what? Second verse, same as the first. I'm going to toss Unsanctioned Duel because I need right now. And Defending Honor, Yevgeny throws down with Horatio again.
This is a little different because, I mean, you can still pop that technique, but I'm sending 4 at you. So
you sure are.
Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the wrong token. Ouch. Well, you don't have any more broken times, so maybe
I don't have any more broken times.
Maybe I can survive.
You might be able to. You might maybe just.
No guarantees.
I will accept the duel.
this makes sense.
And
do you want to decline and let me, unguard my unguard Yevgeny?
That's an option for some reason in Defending Honor. I mean, if I come across an instance where
it's all about decision trees.
Yeah, really though. All right, 1 and 2. Ooh, standing Horatio back up looks really good, Carl.
Do you want to pay $2 to stand up Horatio?
So that he can fight again if he survives.
If he survives.
If he survives. I don't think that's the best idea. So I am going to... both of them are effectively 2-3. But I'm going to... I want this pull still in my deck. So I'm going to tuck pull.
Now, are you using your technique?
Oh, I'm absolutely using my technique.
Great. So now I've got 5 in my pool.
So 1, 2, and then you're up to 4 boo-boos. And 1, 2, 3, and then
4, 5.
Technique.
Yeah. So I can decline this and take 3, or I can try to bury Horatio. This is risky for me, but I think you've already used your technique.
I've already used my technique.
I'm just going to ride with it, and this game ends early. I mean, we're just going to get an extra game on stream. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, hang on.
No. The answer is my fight alone is my gamble.
Yeah.
So my fight alone has a maneuver. It says if this is the only character you control at this location, +1 riposte. So I'm doing 2 ripostes, 1 parry, 1 thrust. Wait, I'm Yevgeny.
You sure are.
+1, and then I'm going to take 2. And we are at 9. This is not a good position to be in.
All right. I don't think there's anything that can save Horatio, given that he's at 4 out of 5, and a not today would finish him off anyway. So I'm just really hoping to trade here, chat. Gamble number 2. Boom and boom.
That's a 3. That'll put 4 on me if you do Cavalier Hat.
Yeah, I can't block all 4, but I'm definitely trying to trade here. It would be funny if I put you down. I mean, you've got cards in hand that you're going to throw in order to keep Yevgeny alive. But, yeah, I know that no matter what, Horatio's toast. Yevgeny is a big brawly boy. But, you know what? not a big deal. And I am going to pick Cavalier Hat to throw the maximum amount of thrust at my opponent.
Yeah, so I'll pick up this stack. It's going to be center 4 because you're opposed 2, parry none,
And
thrust
then
2.
Horatio's toast.
Yeah, so the reality is that most cards that I could stand to gamble are going to put me into a position where I'll block 2. So it's risky. This could end the game right here, but we started early, so let's see if I can survive 2 broken times in 1 turn. All right, well, I got something that blocks 2, so that was just as good because I didn't have anything better in my hand, so that is what it is. I'm going to block 2, which means I'm going to take 2, which means I've got 1 wound left. 1 wound on Yevgeny. Day 1. Oh, man. All right.
One of the things that is in my mind whenever we had our previous conversation and it's been echoing my skull, turn 1 is a dead turn. If I could do it all over, I would change the way that the turns work and how many characters are brought out, because turn 1, and we've gotten this feedback that it's so boring. That's why I go for broke every turn 1, because everyone thinks like, oh, we'll get some renown, we'll get some cards in hand, and turn 2 is really where the action's going to start. No, either I blow out turn 1 or I die trying.
Horatio's scary, yo. Every time I fight you, I get new respect for Horatio. Yeah, it was super terrifying. Scott's here. Scott, he played 2 broken times. Did you see that? That wasn't even fair. I don't love that.
It was not fair.
All right, so I've got 1 health left, just waiting for a single ping.
But a single ping is coming, Carl.
I'm going to play Matushka's Command, and we're both going to engage.
Hot.
Move all engaged characters at your performer's location home. Then engage all of your remaining characters there. I'm sorry, engage all the remaining characters. So I'm paying the $1 with Yevgeny's reaction. All right, look at that go. Now, there is a problem, which is he's over here.
There's a problem that he's over there. Yeah. There's a problem that I'm not getting my reputation mérité.
Yeah.
It was actually a little bit of trickery. I was hoping you would fight me.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah. Or I would scare you, and then, okay, I have more reputation mérité. I get my dude, and then my dude fights you. It was a little bit of wordplay there.
I was just hoping I would get into a position to use that, because if you'd gone here, it'd be a different story.
Oh, no!
Do you have a cancel some kind?
Sorry. Rewind. I can't rewind.
You can rewind. Go ahead. We're practicing for Gen Con.
I will. For the chat, when Horatio goes down, boom, relentless. Toasted.
That would be the thing to do. Actually, hang on. When the duel ends, no, because the cost is wound your participant. You would have had to survive.
I can't.
Yeah, so the cost is...
If you had fought Odette, I would...
Because you don't have a participant
I don't
wound.
have a participate to wound.
I mean, I know you got that now, but,
okay.
I'm going to pretend I don't know you have that.
Yeah.
For the sake of it. I'm avoiding fights with him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
you're not going to do anything foolish with Yevgeny now.
All right, so they're engaged. Do you have anything else going on?
I can't.
Yeah,
no,
it's great to see that Chance Meaning actually had an impact this game and dictated play, which I love.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Indomitable Will, city action. If your performer's location is uncontrolled and they are your only character there, claim it. You cannot lose control of it as long as your performer, blah, 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 blah. Words.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm going to...
Come from behind, taken day 1.
I'm going to go ahead and knock...
The crowd goes wild. Remy is clapping her little paws.
Yeah, we got Remy on the table.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've got the forums under my control. You passing again?
I have nothing to do. I pass my turn.
So I wish I had a move option. I don't have a move option. Torsten can't do anything. Torsten's just going to go ahead and claim the docks for me as well.
Yep.
All right, so... And of course, Leshy, turned off the bazaar. So this is a spicy day 1. You still passing? Because I'm passing as well.
Gonna.
All right, so we're going to move to plunder. Let's collect this renown.
Whoop.
I've got 3.
That is an incredibly spicy day 1.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've got the renown lead, but you have the putting boo-boos on my leader lead. So I got to be really careful about how I manage.
That is the largest weakness of Asura, is it has Yevgeny as a linchpin. He's an amazing linchpin, but everything relies on getting Yevgeny in fights. And if he starts losing fights, it's really hard to come back from that unless you and you can't even use Tend the Wounded because Tend the Wounded is non-leader character. So it's hard to make up that kind of wound offset. That said, Evgeny might be able to just two-shot Odette and call it a day with the right cards. So
Yeah.
I still call it even Steven.
So I've got 2 cards left in hand. How many do you have at the end of that day?
I have 3 cards left in hand.
Scott coming in. Relentless is such a well-designed card. It is. I was really happy with the old version of Relentless, but it was too good. And then the Verhagen brothers came in. They were really big on the first expansion, and they tweaked it to get it just right with the wound costs and all that, making sure everything lined up just right for it. And they added the reaction to hit after you walk away from the duel, which I think really just sealed the deal in it. Those guys are really talented. All right, let's get the city set for day 2.
The flop.
Guild,
Oh my goodness, Guild Triskelion
Guild
again!
Triskelion, Julius Caligari, I love that guy, and the Crystal Eye at the Bazaar. Who doesn't love the Crystal Eye?
Everyone loves Crystal Eye.
All right, let's. I've got 3 renown. You're rocking at 0, but I have a Yevgeny with 1 boo boo remaining, so I've got to be thoughtful about who I'm going to muster today. And I really wanted to muster Ivy just because Mason's here, but Ivy will be challenging to muster given that Yevgeny's not in a position to really do much right now. Oh, let's see here. Tough choices. Yeah, that's definitely happening. Made that decision pretty easy. And you are...
Bit of a challenge.
I don't know what you're bringing out. I don't know if you're going to bring out Duelist. I mean, you got Horatio, but I feel like you're going to bring Horatio in the Diplomat deck anyway.
I'm not going to bring Horatio. I mean, I might.
No, you brought Horatio, which means you're probably rocking not Diplomats. You're probably rocking Violence.
There's a lot of violence going on here.
That would make sense. But yeah. Ooh. Okay. We could do something with that. We could totally do something with that. All right. I think this is our answer today. Or if you've got Duelist, do I want bodies? This is a tough decision here because Derek's a good player. So I have to watch everything I do because he will capitalize on every mistake I make, and I make many, many mistakes. It's I think it's between like a Lena and a Katarina today. Not Ren, because I'm Asura day 2 with the character lead. And Ren just isn't gonna have her ability proc. Reputation Merite's gone.
Reputation Merite is gone, and I have not utilized it. This is the second time ever that I have not been able to utilize Reputation Merite, and both times have been on this stream.
What I got in my hand. All right, we're gonna go for it.
The smartly would have put Odette in the middle of nowhere and gotten Leontine, and then Leontine moves in and then fights. But I wanted to go for style points.
You got the style.
Oh yeah.
Let's see it. All right. Until morale improves, you're going for blood. All right,
Yeah.
and I've got Contempt and Hatred.
All right.
So I've got 43 in Contempt and Hatred. I'm taking the fancy first player token. I'm going to add a renown to the forums, and then I'm going to add a renown to another to any location. If I do, discard the city card there. I cannot let Odette get the Guild Triskelion because it turns Odette into a duelist.
And it gives her finesse 5.
Granted, the broken times are gone, but I just don't want her to kick me
They're still alive.
with 5 feet. No way, Jose.
Yeah.
All right.
She's doing Mortal Kombat spin kicks. It's crazy.
Also, all mercenaries have -1 influence. Not that it matters right now. And I get a pressure where I can win on ties. Who doesn't love that? All right, and then you've got Contempt and Hatred. What are you doing for renown on that?
Let's see. Until morale improves.
I don't know what I said.
All good. Add a renown to any location or move renown to any location. So I'm going to add a renown. I like this Crystal Eye over here. Because it gives me a little bit of a renown bonus. And it gives me a little bit of finesse. But this is a kill deck. Kill.
Attaboy.
And Leontine is here to be a sorceress.
All right, Evgeny, have fun staying home.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I'm drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we've got decisions to make. Oh, come on. That's fun.
All right, really glad I mustered Leontine. I was so tempted to muster Henri because Henri is the only other 3/3 in my faction, really. He's an incredibly good fighter. He's very good at singling people out. However, the mobility of Leontine cannot be slept on.
Yeah, I mean, you put Leontine side by side with Odette, and they pair with each other so nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the opening here, but you're scaring me.
That is what I'm trying to do.
So I think the move is to put Alina out the bazaar.
I'm gonna take a gander at Alina again.
Yeah, sure. Alina's got some cool things. She has a city action that lets her move to an adjacent location, and then if she is opposed there, she can unguard.
Excellent. And that doesn't cost. Okay, that doesn't cost anything.
And then she has a reaction, which is after Alina performs a sorcerer ability, I can move a renown to her location.
Ah, stylish. Very stylish. So she has counter dollary-do movements. Isn't that right, Remy? Okay. I am going to... We've seen it once before, and we'll see it again. Bloodmark. And Bloodmark moves Leontine. Leontine takes a wound. Bloodmark moves Odette to the same location. And Bloodmark goes away.
They're both there, all right.
It is an incredibly fantastic way of getting people from home to a location that you need to dominate.
Yeah, because it changes the pacing in a major way.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go ahead and use the Evgeny discount to buy the Crystal Eye with Alina.
Fantastic.
So Alina's rocking 2 influence, and I get to do something cool. Can I see your approach deck, please?
You sure can.
Chat, let's look at his approach deck.
Oh, snap. It's all
All right. He's got Henri. He's got Jean. He's got Stranahan, rocking all Musketeers and a Horatio today.
all murder.
He's got Epee, Contempt, and Let the Sword Decide. So this is tough, and I feel like the answer might be Jean because he creates swords and friendship in a major way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might be the move. Because I feel like I'm just going to guarantee getting a renown off of that, but he's going to have to pivot into Henri, which might not be bad because Henri's really good for that assassination. It might be safer to go ahead and do a scheme because I want the renown at the end of the day, but I don't even think that's the right way to think about it. I think the right way is to think about what do I want to disincentivize, and I want to disincentivize you getting a frequent +1 riposte. So Jean is my pick. No riposte for you.
Or at the very least, the riposte has a cost.
How's it going, Yevgeny? Good boy, sticking at home. All right, so I bought that, and now it's over to you.
All right. I am going to discard that Relentless that you saw.
Oh, no.
Because I don't think I need it against Yevgeny at this point. Any lucky flop will get me Yevgeny in the bag, so I'm not super concerned. And got the Crotalyon on Leontine, getting her closer to her art. She's got her Swordbreaker. She is now 2/3/2. And it's truly a wonderful thing.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop Temnota and put him on Torsten. Torsten is now 7 resolve. Who needs Yevgeny when you've got a thick Torsten?
And he's a sorcerer!
Temnota's the best. Temnota is an attachment that came out in Tooth and Claw. It is a 0-cost attachment that gives you +1 resolve. It also says the equipped character becomes a sorcerer. Why? Good question. You can find out more if you ask us at Gen Con, but we won't talk about this under other circumstances because this is a little bit of a secret. Mm-hmm. There's a city action. You can target an available attachment at the location, which means it's a city attachment. You can send it to the locker, and if it was an artifact, you add a renown to the location. So you can eat up attachments. Frankly, if I had known this was coming, I wouldn't have used Contempt and Hatred on the Guild Triskelion, but you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
So Torsten is now a sorcerer. I love sorcerers. And He's also got a +1 resolve. Let's go.
Magic Bird is the word. Okay, and I am going to toss Cavalier Hat because it's just so expensive.
It's pricey. It's great RPT, though.
It's great RPT. And Main Gauche on Leontine.
Hate that.
This is also new sword in Tooth and Claw. Can only equip to the duelist, and technique +1 block if your performer has 3 fastness or more.
Which you do.
Which I do now. Oh,
No, but it's offhand.
An offhand.
You cannot have 2 offhand.
I can't have 2 offhands.
That changes the math.
That changes the math. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna give her a hat.
You can't have a sword. You can't have 2 tiny blades. I've
Yeah.
never seen anybody fight with 2 tiny swords.
Yep. So I'm gonna toss Main Gauche. I'm gonna toss the other Relentless, and I'm gonna Cavalier Hat on Leontine. So now she's got a sword and a hat. She is closer to her art.
Are you saying she's 4 finesse?
I'm saying she is 4 finesse. She is just as speedy as Odette.
I hate that.
They got 4 boots, 1 on each hand, 1 on each foot.
Torsten moves to the forums.
Torsten, you fool!
What you got?
I got...
Oh, hang on. Now you just... Actually, Harold pointed this out. You just engaged the character.
I just engaged the character.
Yeah, well, you think your whole stack engages? This is important, especially with Croc de Leon, which says that you can engage an attachment and then destroy it. So the engage and unguard status of your attachments is important.
You're right. I need to keep up in my card etiquette. Thank you for keeping me right and proper.
Thank Harold.
In the eyes of Theus. Thank you, Harold. I thank you. Theus,
all right, so you're issuing a challenge to me?
I'm issuing you a finesse challenge.
Oh, are you? So you're sending how much? 4?
4.
So let's see, 4 here. So
I'm gonna. Torstein's incredibly fast. 1.
I decline this duel.
You. Oh my God! And now you are so angry.
I'm gonna go ahead and take 4 wounds.
No, you are enraged.
Yeah. So Torsten's base ability here is when Torsten, he's got a passive. When Torsten has 2 or more wounds, his combat cards gain +1 thrust. I see that you are engaged.
I am, Carl.
Oh boy.
I was really hoping for a back and forth.
I'm going to play Matushka's Command for the 2nd time.
No!
It's a sorcerer action, and guess who's a sorcerer? It's Torsten.
It's Torsten.
It's Torsten. So move all engaged characters at your performer's location home. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Then engage all of the remaining characters there. Go ahead and engage Odette, please. And no duel occurred.
No duel occurred. So I can't move money.
No, you cannot.
And until morale improves, Odette punches herself in the face and stands up.
Amazing. Amazing. Here's what we're going to do. Now, Odette could go ahead and attack me and do 1 damage to me. Or Odette could
Fear the diplomat.
Claim this location. I do like that. That's going to be important. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something that you might think is a little silly.
Do it. I'm ready to be a silly boy.
Alina's going to go ahead and claim this location. I'm claiming the bazaar. This doesn't have anything on it.
Okay. All good.
Let me knock the bazaar over to my side. And now it's back to you.
Okay. I am going to parlay, discard 2, and receive Julius.
He's on your team.
He's on my team. I wanted to do some stuff with Julius specifically because we haven't done anything with Julius yet.
All right.
So Julius is a Vadachi spy. He's got a respectable 1-3-2, an incredibly average 4 resolve. Reaction after Julius is recruited, like right now. Name a trait, and here's a trick chat. Every single card with
A
maneuver is a flourish.
Yeah, so if you really have good understanding of the card pool for factions, Julius becomes pretty interesting because you can target specific things. But generally, naming Flourish is a really safe way to see if you can get a card out of it. So I suppose you're naming. So go ahead and read his whole ability for chat because he's brand new.
Yep. So name a trait. I'm also tempted to name Asura because you're running an Asura deck.
Yeah, but only characters are going to have that. And in fact, you're actually opposing a Vestin, but characters will have Asura. Cards don't. Faction cards don't. Characters do because they are from Asura.
Got it.
Yep.
Makes sense. So I guess it matters for brutes.
Another safe one you could do with Asura is sorcery.
Very true.
Knowing my deck. Now, that doesn't... I just played a sorcery, so you know I'm down 1.
Yeah.
But Flourish and Sorcery are probably going to be like 2 of your safest, depending on your matchup.
Yeah. So, I'm going to choose, in this case, Flourish, because it's a safe bet.
All right, and then what's it say?
Then, reveal 2 cards at random from the hand of that character's controller. If any of the revealed cards have the name trait, wound that character.
Pick 2.
Yep.
Oh, no Flourish today.
No flourishes today.
I had 1 in there.
Oh, well,
I had 1.
There was a sorcery.
There was a sorcery.
So, got a heroic intervention. Very important to know. And a voice of the gods. Extremely valuable to know that you have that. To just
yeah. Stand boys up.
Stand boys up. Especially since that's a sorcery.
Yep.
Which matters for Alina.
Yep.
I see the plan, and now I don't have a hand.
Oh, man. So this is your reaction?
That's my action.
I'm going to use Alina's ability. It says, move Alina to an adjacent location. If she is opposed at the new location, unguard her. So Alina has moved over. She is standing up at the forums, which are unclaimed. Granted, like I've got a bit of a pickle here because there's still 5 influence sitting on the other side of the forums right now.
Mm-hmm.
Over to you.
All right. I see that you've got 3 money. Alina could punch Odette, and I'm going to look at her attachment real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. It is the Crystal Eye.
Yeah, double check. Oh yeah, that's the renowned shuffling. So you could try to get some wounds on Odette, but instead I am going to wound Julius with until morale improves and engage Lena.
And Lena engages.
And that is my turn. So now there's only that at the very least restricts your use of Voice of the Gods.
That it does.
I'm going to turn until morale improves sideways to represent that I've used both of its actions. And it is expended.
All right, this is dangerous.
Because Yevgeny only has 1 health.
I'm going to pass. You've used both of your until morale improves.
I have.
There's no locations claimed except for the one I have. So if we walked away on this turn, I wouldn't be complaining.
All right.
You've got a Julius.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to pass mostly because I think you're going to do something, and the only thing I can capitalize on is moving Yevgeny out. I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in hand, so I'm not going to lose
10
anything.
fingers. All right. I am going to... if I pass, that just ends it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to live dangerously. Julius is going to claim the forums.
And you got no cards?
I have no cards in hand.
All right. Is there a way I can pull this off? I don't think so. It's too bad. Yeah, I'm going to move Yevgeny up to this location.
I'm going to pass.
All right, we're tied 5 and 5, right?
Sure are.
City action. Engage your performer. Pressure with influence. You succeed even if tied. If successful, claim the location. Don't forget about the city action on Contempt and Hatred that lets you win on ties. That is one of the...
Incredibly sexy.
Forget about that all the time. So I'm going to pull this over. I did not have a way to pull the dominance victory out. I didn't. Do you have anything else, or are you passing?
I'm passing.
So I'm actually, I think, out of toys. I am out of the toys. So... I'll pass as well. So we're going to go into Plunder. I'm going to pick up 2 more Renown here. Everybody's going to go home. We have 1 Renown remaining. And then... Oh, this is tough, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and play Stubborn on Torsten. Reaction: before your character moves, cancel their movement. I'm going to cancel his movement home during dusk.
Oh, incredibly stylish.
That is something people don't see often. I'm really glad we added the flavor text, which says even during dusk on it. So that is a really cool interaction that not everybody may have discovered. But you can totally keep your person out in the city during dusk and stop that movement home.
I did not know that, and my eyes are opened to the possibilities.
All right, so you're home, I'm home. We've done plunder. Let me go update our board. And I'm actually, can you deal out some city cards for the following day while I update our board?
Absolutely. Equal claim. Sigurd, my man.
Oh, Sigurd's out. Ooh, and Gustavo. All right, and we have an equal body count at this point. Giacinto. Giacinto is one of my favorites. The dogged kidnapper.
He is so good. The fact that he is an academic diplomat.
Yeah, those are actually going to be traits that we really want to expand more upon. Academic is something that you're probably going to see cards come out of. Ideally, you're going to see like an academic action, academic reaction, something related to that in the next expansion. It's design space we really want to expand upon. But he has an ability, you can engage him to engage an opposing character as well and move them to the same adjacent location. He'll just yoink you and take you away.
Old Professor Yoink.
All right, let's see what else here. Bizarre is neutral, and of course it is day 3. This is the beginning of day 3. And I've got a renown lead right now, but again, just an update for anybody who stepped in. Yevgeny has 1 wound left. Day 1, he suffered 2 broken times, and he never recovered. Torsten stayed out in the city overnight with a stubborn play, so I've got a slight advantage on movement today. So let's see what we play on our approach.
Torsten's a little beat up, but he's a little healthier with that friend of his bird, with the help of his bird. And you put the crystal eye on Jean?
Jean. If you play Jean Urbain, I'm going to gain a renown off the rip, which will put me at 6.
That's dangerous.
I know.
I don't like that at all, Carl.
I think that's the move. I don't think that's the move. I lied. Oh man, these are tough decisions right here.
These are tough decisions. Decisions are being considered.
So we've got
tossed aside.
We've got 2 sets of mercs out. I think that's gonna necessitate me doing this. And then the question is what character to play. And I really want to make Mason happy. I don't know if he's still here. I really want to make him happy and play his designer card. But I just
do it. Play to the crowd.
I don't think it's gonna work out for me. I don't have.
I've done so many things in this game that I knew wouldn't work because I did it for the chat.
I'm gonna do something else for the chat. I'm not really getting the full heap out of this. We're doing this. We're going to control. I've been having fun with some control, and we're gonna use some control and stuff. Are you ready? Let's reveal those cards. All right, you got Contempt and Hatred this time. I brought in Winter's Winds at 44. I beat you by 1.
Wow.
So you can Contempt and Hatred. You're going to yeet something. I don't know what you wanted to get rid of, and it's maybe not equal claim. I can add a renown to any location. Then I can add a renown to a different location. So I think I can confidently walk away.
You're using
these
your
are
own
my own
money.
renown.
Don't
Absolutely
use,
not.
If you want to make that donation,
I'm going to put it at the forums and the bazaar. And the reason I want to do that is because if I can just walk away with 2 locations, I can get a game win on 7. But he's going to drop probably 2 more now, which means there might just be 1 location I have to grab, which is great for me. He might choose not to do that though. Winter's Winds is really cool. This came out in Tooth and Claw. It says after any character enters play during high drama, engage them. So if Derek recruits a character, they come in engaged. If he finds a way to just shove somebody in, which is probably getting Giacinto or Sigurd, I just didn't want him to have an active character that can do stuff. So an engaged Giacinto is a Giacinto I'm happy about. All right, so now it's you kicking off with Contempt and Hatred.
All right, well that basically Winds of Winter makes it really difficult. It makes me wonder if I want to do that second dollar do. And I think it necessitates that it doesn't. So I'm going to, because they're just going to go anyway. Although if you grab them, you'll get them next round. It's a tough decision. It is a very tough decision. So I must put a renown on the forums, and then I can choose to throw some more money around and yeet a merc. And you know what? I'm going to pile it up. I will pile it up on the forums.
Yeah, all right.
Because that makes Sigurd go away.
Mm-hmm.
And
real quick, before if you want to do that, fine. I recognize I didn't introduce Alina. Or I'm sorry, Ekaterina. Ekaterina has a city action. The city action is move a renown from this location, which is the location where Ekaterina is, to another one. Then I have to move Ekaterina to another different city location. Mm-hmm. So, like if I were at the bazaar, for example, I could move this renown to the forums, but then I must move her to the docks. Mm-hmm. She also has a reaction. After an opponent claims this location, remove a renown from it. Mm-hmm. So I'll actively try to tax your renown.
Yep. And that's why I have to load it up.
Yep. Fair enough. All right. So with that, I think we're to go. And you've got Henri, the assassin. Yeah. Don't love him.
He's pretty stylish, not going to lie.
I'm going to go ahead and pick up 6 cards, putting me at a total of 10.
Wow. I'm going to pick up 7. So.
That's a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards.
All right, and I've got the opening here.
Mm-hmm.
And my opening is going to be we're going to move Ekaterina up to the forums.
Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to move some money around, so I'm going to move my own very mobile character to the forums as well, in anticipation of moving her around. She still has plenty of health, so it's all good.
Yeah, the decisions here are tough with 2 Fs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that'll happen.
The fact that Torstein has 4 influence as a drunk tells me that he must be a very... Although he gets a bonus when he's wounded, so he must be an angry drunk.
Let's do something interesting. I think this would be safe. I'm going to look at your discard pile real quick.
Absolutely.
Let's see. All right, that's enough information for me. Mm-hmm. All right, this is maybe a risky, stupid play, but I think it could pay off. I'm going to move Yevgeny to the bazaar.
All right.
So Yevgeny, with simply 1 wound remaining, has moved up to the bazaar. All right, what does that card say?
Bleed out. When your leader is a villain, has 1 cost action. Target a wounded non-leader.
Non-leader.
Non-leader. No.
This is that Gen Con train kicking in. You cannot use bleed out on a leader. So he just tried to play it on him, which would have been clutch.
He's a leader.
He's a leader. He can't be touched by it.
How dare
you need a collateral damage for that.
I need collateral damage.
We worked hard to protect the leaders.
I need a musket. I need more. Shoot. All right. Well, you know what? You know what, Carl? You know what? You got to have something in your hand to protect Yevgeny. You've got to have something where if I move in, you're going to move him out. And then whoever I leave here is just stuck unless they move themselves. So, I
I mean, this is a pretty risky play. I'm
It's
betting all the marbles here.
It's dangerous.
Hang on, I'm going to catch up on the chat while you're doing this because I think I have. Yeah, I could just rulebook move him home, right? That's an option. You have attacking Odette would be risky. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No thanks. No thanks.
All right.
Now it could have paid off, but perhaps I'm just a coward.
All right. I know what I'm going to do. And
Scott, we're going to be doing 2 games today. This is just the first one. It almost ended really quick.
all right. Here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, look at Coxatrus. He's like, yeah, both Relentless are in the discard pile. That's what I was looking for, man.
Yeah, both Relentless are in the discard pile. Leontine is turning sideways, using her duelist technique on Crota Leon to engage the Crystal Axe.
Oh, you're issuing a challenge.
I'm issuing a challenge to Torstein.
You're issuing a challenge to Torsten.
And with the technique to engage us.
All right, let's see what cards I've got in my hand here. All right, you're probably going to break my bird, which would make me sad.
Especially since that bird is making you a little bit thicker.
You are sending 4 at me, because this is a.
Yep, this is a boots challenge. With the hat. The hat ensures fastness. I'm learning about bleed out. I'm learning to read my cards.
I strictly cannot be in a position to do a fight of 4 boots against you. So I will accept this duel.
All right.
And then I will play not today. And I will go home, suffer a wound.
Okay.
But Torsten's still kicking.
Torsten's still kicking, but he's kicking engaged.
He's engaged and home, but I get to keep my burb.
You get to keep your burb.
Which is also engaged. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play my fight alone on Yevgeny for the city action. If your performer is the only character you control at this location, they heal a wound. And I really needed to not be at 1 wound left, because that gives me a little bit of flexibility.
It does. Yeah, 1 is the danger zone. 2, you have a little bit of flexibility on.
And now it's your turn.
Okay, Ekaterina is well posed to just scatter this renown to the 4 winds.
She can, and if you go ahead and claim it, you're going to lose 1 off of it, too.
Yeah. And you only need 2. Can I have a gander in my
2.
fight alone?
Oh, yeah. You can have a gander at the whole stack if you prefer.
All right, well.
It's got a maneuver that says if you're the only character at the location, you can get +1 or post, and then it lets you heal 1 if you're the only character there.
I was thinking of...
Fun fact, this was
Iron
the
Will.
original Yevgeny leader art.
It's not
Playtesters
bad.
will remember.
I do love his current leader art.
I think that was a better move.
Okay, I am going to put a Mastercrafted Rapier on Henri.
It tracks.
It makes him a little swordier with a sword.
All right. Tough call, man. Tough call.
Tough. TUFF tough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I can't afford to do that at this point, which is too bad. I'm going to use Yevgeny's reaction. When paying for a non-character card, it has -1 cost. I'm going to play Strong Hands City Action. Pressure your performer's location with combat. If successful, claim it. So I have this, and Yevgeny's not engaged, so I took control of the Bazaar.
You sure did.
And I didn't have to pay a card for it because of Yevgeny's wonderful reaction.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move Julius up. And when Julius moves up, I'm going to pick 2 cards, pick a trait, and it's Flourish again. Because I know there's probably more flourishes than there are sorceries. Yep.
Oh, no.
Wait, this maneuver doesn't have flourish?
Wait a
Another
minute.
sorcery.
That's a compelling... I wonder if that's a miss on our end, but you're right. It doesn't have a flourish. Iron and Velvet has a maneuver, but no flourish. I wonder if we messed that up. That's a wonderful thing to find on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's compelling and a problem. That's wonderful.
And now, when I do this in the future, I'm going to pick sorceries, and you're going to be all
Yeah,
run dry
I
with
can't
sorceries.
wait for somebody like Tonbo to come yell at us about this, because it's Rory. Rory maintains just about every data point for 5 sales, and he might have picked that up at some point. Maybe Agent can speak to this. I don't know if he's watching right now. Is Harold here? Iron Velvet does not have flourish on it. All right.
All right. Although,
So
can I see those cards one more time?
Absolutely.
They were revealed. So, Iron and Velvet.
Should have picked sorcery.
I should have picked sorcery.
You would be 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah, so Voice of the Gods I already knew. And Punch. And okay, yep. Good at punching.
I don't want to fight you. Get out of here.
No, you don't. You really, really don't.
All right, so Julius is up there.
Julius is up.
You could issue a fight, but I could just say that's okay. You could also engage there. If you issue that fight, that might not be great. I'm not in the position to really benefit from that. Oh man, I just don't want to misuse Yevgeny right now. I'm in a tough spot because I've got Alina at home. You've got 2 on-guard characters at home. And that's enough to just make things really challenging for me, especially if Odette comes out. But I feel like Odette is stuck going to the forums, which means all I've got to do is manage Henri. And then get around whatever you're going to do with Julius. Tough call. And Voice of the Gods isn't that helpful for me right now because I just don't have many people to successfully unguard. Especially because my poor boy's here, and it's a sorcerer city action.
Mm-hmm.
I've got toys to play with here. You're killing me.
I'm trying. You keep stubbornly surviving.
I feel like you'll go ahead and do a poke. Your Relentless are gone. He's not a duelist, so I don't have to worry about unsanctioned duel. You can't bleed me out. So I actually don't think he's going to do much of anything. Which means I'm going to go ahead and move Alina up to this position. Alina is now at the bazaar with Mr. Yevgeny.
Okay. I'm going to use the Contempt and Hatred action to win on ties.
Oh no, should have seen that coming. You just used it on me. But there's one more problem, buddy. You can't tie. For a couple reasons. One, I've actually got 2 influence here.
Oh,
and
I forgot.
What's your current influence?
It would be Contempt and Hatred gives it -1.
Yep, all mercenaries have
-1.
-1.
Read my cards, Carl.
So you can't do that.
All right. Well, and she can move and groove. I'm really in a tough spot right now because if I move up Odette, you're just going to start moving money over here, and then she's going to move over there, and then you're going to get that money, and you're going to get that money, and you're going to win. So the only thing that I can do, and if I snag Giancinto, engaging as part of his action, this is really tough. TUFF, tough. And if I move Henri up, you're just going to move Yevgeny out. Yeah. Could kill Alina. I doubt you would let Alina just die.
I love declining duels.
You love declining duels.
I mean, well, now that both Relentless are in the garbage can, I don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna call that bluff. Henri is gonna move on up to the Grand Bazaar. He's still dangerous.
Okay.
So now I'm putting a gun to Yevgeny's head.
I know, you got a gun to his head. It's kind of the worst.
3-barreled gun, really.
Here's the thing, I've got enough of a lead.
You do have a really
that
big
I
round
think
lead.
I'm just gonna walk home. I'm doing the thing. I'm doing a generic move action. I'm engaging Yevgeny, and Yevgeny moves home with his big pile of boo-boos.
Okay.
So now it's just Alina staring down the barrel.
All right, and now Henri is going to do the contempted hatred action because he ties. Oh no, he doesn't because you have.
No,
no,
you
I
are
still
tied.
do. No,
You're
I'm
tied.
tied.
Because
Yes,
Julius
I
is
got
one.
it.
Yep, all yours. You've got it.
You can't see me gesticulating, chat, but I am gesticulating wildly like a wacky inflatable tube man. And my own drastic misplace. 8th in the world, Carl. 8th in the world.
We're gonna play Razrushatel.
No!
I'm gonna pay for it with heroic intervention. Razrushatel says, city action, target an adjacent enemy. Character, move your performer to their location. I may engage my performer. If I do, I can move that enemy character home. If not, wound them instead. I don't want you. How many cards do you have in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna engage Alina, and you can go home.
All right, Leontine goes home engaged. Sad. Okay. I have.
Oh yes, Henri does have to engage for contempt and hatred because it does say engage your performer.
Engage your performer.
Yep.
Whoops.
Thank you for that.
Whoops. Thank you, chat. I'm screwing up out loud. Alright. I'm running out of tools.
Me too. I'm down to 5.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, Odette must move in. I really don't have a choice.
I'm currently at 5 influence.
Yeah, you have a lot of influence right now.
If a duel occurs, you can move another renown here. He can move up for 1. I don't know what secrets you have up your sleeve because you've already used contempt and hatred.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and claim with the Katarina. I'm going to use all 5 of my influence of this location to claim it.
Yeah? Oh. I've run low on options.
Once this game finishes, we're going to reveal some promos.
Mm-hmm. Even if I were to throw down with Odette, Okay, I'm really risking it for the biscuit right now. I'm doing some foolish things at this very moment. But it is the only thing I can do, and we're really balling out right now. So Julius, I can't use his reaction again, but he is moving over here.
Alright, so you know 4 renown there. 4 influence there because remember Julius is -1 influence.
Correct.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be something I don't like.
Very well, might maybe just be.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pass again.
Okay. I am going to have Odette challenge Ekaterina.
You're gonna send 1 to me?
I'm going to send 1 to you.
I decline the duel.
All right.
I take a wound.
You sure do. Discard Master of the Valorous style.
Mm-hmm.
Bleed out. Katarina for 1.
Katarina's going to take another wound. How many bleed outs do you have?
Well, legally, there's 2 in the deck.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't have much I can do here other than say pass.
Okay. And I'm going to discard a Mastercrafted Rapier to bleed her out again.
How are you going to ping for 1 more?
Discard a Mastercrafted Rapier.
Yeah. No. I understand that. I mean, where are you going to get your 4th wound from?
That's a good question, Carl.
And then I suppose you could pop a diplomatic impunity. Well, no, diplomatic impunity wouldn't work here because there's too much renown.
Mm-hmm.
This is fascinating. I'm going to use a Katarina's ability.
Okay.
And a Katarina's ability said, well, here's the thing. I don't know what other piece you could have there. Chat, don't say anything. Chat, don't say anything.
It's a desperate risk.
I don't know how you'd ping me for 1 more. Unless maybe
really
you...
desperate plays.
Defending honor to try to get a challenge issued. But even then, if I die, then you need a way to claim the location. And you got 2 cards left?
2 cards in hand.
You know what? I just want to see what it is. I don't care if this messes it all up. Let's go. I pass.
All right.
It's too good not to see.
All right. I am going to...
Yeah, I got lucky, Brandon, by keeping Yevgeny at home, not participating in any of the fun.
Discard Forensic Court.
Uh-huh.
Gallant Deeds.
Uh-huh.
Odette. And a Katarina. Now you have a choice.
All right, so
you can move her away, in which case I'm going to win on Renowned, or you can keep her there, and I'm going to fight her to death.
All right, check this out. Ready?
Yep.
I'm going to use her ability. Move a Renown from this location. Ooh. But the Renown movement happens first.
Mm-hmm.
Move her over. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to move a Renown from her location to another one,
Mm-hmm.
and then move her to a different location.
I don't have any other movement effects. Fuck. Or shoot. Curses. All right.
Trying to swear less on stream.
Trying to swear less on stream. Okay.
So we can put it on YouTube without a problem.
All right. Well, I figured out how to blank out audio, so you send this to me later, and I can blank that out. Okay.
We talk like sailors, so
We do.
I mean, it is 7C.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine that my nephews are in the background and listening. Okay. Boink.
Yeah, you have it.
I sure do.
Mm-hmm. Boink. I'm gonna take that 1.
Okay.
So that means I'm just 1 away. It means I don't get the victory this turn.
That's all I wanted. That's really, I wanted 1 more turn because Yevgeny is inches away from death, and I need to stall for as long as possible.
All right. Well, I know you're not playing Jean, so I think we're at a position here where I don't have any other choice but to pass.
I pass.
Walk away with my 1.
I like, this is a victory for me that I was able to just stall for 1 more turn.
Yep, and then we did a flop there because I actually didn't keep up. I failed. The Bazaar went over to Derek right here, and then then they went back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness me. And then the Forums went over to Derek. So that's how we closed out. Nobody had the docks. Derek had the Forums and took 2 renown. I had the Bazaar, took 1. So I'm 1 away from the victory here.
Mm-hmm. I'm a long way away.
Yep, and let's bring everybody home.
Oh, all right.
And I couldn't afford to move the renown over here. I had something cool. It didn't work out just based on timing, but I had something I've been dying to use, a certain intrigue. And it didn't pan out. I've like there's plays for this that can really wreck the game. I'm now really glad that I played that not today on Torsten. I think that probably saved me a headache.
Well, I can't play Jean because otherwise you'd just win.
Oh,
and I wouldn't like that.
I got 5. I've discarded that in my panache. We also have to set up city cards for the next day. Let me set up.
Crabs in a bucket on the docks.
Ooh, do we control? Ooh. We control an equal amount of characters, so nothing happens.
An equal amount of characters.
That's great. We're going into a rare and unusual day 4. So something we learned at last Gen Con is that 90% of games, like 91%, ended on day 3. Part of that is we had some time limits and it was the release. But I've just found that most games tend to wrap up by that time anyway.
Yeah, because usually you have on average 3 renowned on the board every turn. So, and there are abilities that can make that go higher or lower, but usually higher. So if someone manages to get on average 1 or 2 locations a turn, then naturally, if they're ahead, win on turn 3.
So the question is, are you going to play Jean and just give me the 1 renown?
Oh, absolutely.
And try to kill Yevgeny? Because otherwise I got it. I mean, I could just stay home after that and not even participate.
Yeah.
But that would open up a dominance opportunity for you. So I couldn't really do that. Alternatively, oh man, I think we got to do that, and I think we're gonna make Mason happy. All right. Let's see it. This is our day 4 reveal. The Boar's Guile and Ivy. And you've got Lord Stranahan and Epee Sanglante. I hate Epee Sanglante so it scares me.
I'm so used to doing Epee turn 2, just because big punch turn 1, big punch turn 2, and usually this deck wins Assassination turn 2 just with the 1-2 punch of Horatio just follows the leader wherever they go, and then Epee forces fights. In addition to
free fights are rough.
In addition to the free fights that Montaigne enjoys literally all the time.
And I've been holding on to this first player token for a while. That is unusual for me, but I came up with 40 initiatives, so I've got the lead on this.
Yep, you're being a smarty boy.
So I just have to play, kind of carefully, make sure I get one renown, and that'll kind of seal it for me. You get to add a renown to any location, so you're probably just gonna pile them up. That's what I see you doing. And then what's mine say? Where do I add renown?
Add a renown to any location. If you do not, move a renown to any location.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and add a renown right here with the location of the burnish. Actually, I much prefer putting it. Choices. Let's go ahead and put it right here with the duck foot.
Yeah. That is tough. I'm going to add renown to any location. I'm going to just put on the docks.
All right, let's
just to ensure that the docks is a valuable spot. Oh, that was one of my renown. Whoops.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, Derek.
Yeah, and I need to update your renown.
Yeah, I have 2.
You're up to,
Although my guys are remarkably unharmed for a fight deck. Once again, owing to the superior RPT of Montaigne. And some choices Carl has made where he's just decided to take it on the chin.
Who can forget?
For the tactical advantage.
4 and 5. And I'm drawing 6 cards. Put me at a hand size of 11 right now.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I'm drawing 6 because I got 6 because I'm using everything that I have, desperately trying to claw my way into this game.
I'll tell you, it's a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. Just not playing your Iron and Velvets with Asura. I mean, the person who's principally going to do that is Yevgeny, but I've just kind of focused on staying power and relying on that Asturian stubbornness. All right, so I've got the opening, and you probably saw this coming. A Katarina's going to the docks.
Yeah, she's going to start.
It's got 3 renown there. I've got to make sure some of that gets scattered.
Get another bleed out from the discard.
If only.
Yeah, I'm Castile now.
Need Vidachi for that. What's chat saying?
I've got some rough choices here.
Yeah, I don't think I'm running efficiency in this deck, but that might be a mistake. I mean, I kind of rely on my Razrushatels, and I usually expect Yevgeny to be a bigger centerpiece, and that just wasn't an option this game. So, good point. Efficiency in hindsight would have been just amazing with this game.
All right, I'm going to...
Yeah, Docs had equal claim on it, and I wanted to go over the Docs, but I was afraid that he would scoot over with one character and just completely upset my movement and my engaging. So I was just afraid of that.
All right.
So you can use to answer Coxatrus's question, you can use a certain intrigue. The problem is that Katarina's ability says move the renown, then move her. And
right. I'm gonna try to finish her off right now with Julius.
Oh, cool. Dope.
It's all on Julius now.
What are you naming?
I'm gonna look at your discard and I'm gonna try to card count a little bit.
All right, cool.
So that's actually, I already know that you have a ton of sorceries in your hand because you just haven't played any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna call sorcery. Here it is.
1, 2.
No, neither of them.
Dude, I've got 4 flourishes in my hand.
And I didn't draw any flourishes anyway.
So there's a thing about Julius, and we appreciate Julius. I mean, having a character with 2 influence is great, but just getting knowledge from the hand is big. So like, I have strong hands. That's a pretty key indicator that wherever I'm moving Torsten today, I'm gonna just pick up a location. Or if I move Yevgeny out, you know what I'm doing. And Heroic Intervention is just actually a really good card if Yevgeny were in play. Yevgeny is not in play. I don't want to intervene today. So I have a lot of... I'm recognizing in the particular game you have me here, I have a lot of dead cards. All right, what do we got here?
Because the deck is built around Yevgeny, and Yevgeny got his absolute teeth kicked in. He's going to be eating his dinner through a straw tonight.
I'm going to do a Katarina's ability.
You sure are.
Move her down here, move a Katarina here.
Sure are. All right, well, I'm wondering where you're going to go because I'm pretty confident in my ability to beat the sweet, fanciful Christ out of anyone on this board.
Oh, yeah. You can do it. It's called having Leontine who kicks people for 4. Like, we might actually get to the point here where you have amassed so many bodies I can't recover, which would be just splendid, I think, for everybody to watch.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to move Leontine over here.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Because Leontine can move around wherever she needs to.
If that's the case, we're just gonna go ahead and pop the claim here. I'm gonna take the Bazaar.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to make the choice to engage, and then you're gonna have to do some more work to upset my claim.
All right. I'm going to use. I'm going to use Epé's Musketeer action to just try to finish a Katarina off. Although I know you do have an Iron Velvet in your hand. But
what are you gonna do?
Fight for free.
Oh, you're doing a free fight. Cool.
Free fight. Boink, boink.
Mm-hmm. And you're just sending 2 to me?
I'm just sending 2 to you.
All right.
But key, if I wound you first, I get a renowned from you, which gives me a little bit of wiggle room.
It does give you some wiggle room there.
Although, I could have this be a finesse fight in order to really guarantee I get that. So I'm going to rewind, hand on the piece. Mm-hmm. I'm going to turn Leontine sideways.
You mean you're going to turn just Leontine sideways?
Just Leontine sideways. Sorry. Because then again, it engages her, which means I'm...
Yeah, if you do the epee, you can go ahead and send 2, and then you can always, kick somebody to death instead.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to commit to the epee because I want to be able to claim this location with Leontine if I really, really need to.
All right, well, here's the deal. I don't remember what's in my deck. I built this deck like a while ago, so at this point, we're just going to go hard on the cards here.
Hard on the cards.
And we're going to gamble it.
Yeah, you're good.
Absolutely, we're not playing triage. We're going to play this
triage.
Raz Rushatel. We're going to block 2 and send you 4.
Ooh.
Now, can I get one through? Because your performer issues the first participant to win their adversary steals a renown from them.
Yeah, you could.
This could backfire unless you're able to block 4. Yeah, Raz Rushatel from the gamble. This
really sucks. I really wish that I had put that on her. I should have just turned her sideways.
One of the big things you can depend on with Asura is 4 thrust.
Yeah.
You can get it reliably with Yevgeny. You can get it reliably with a lot of kind. You can get more than that, actually. But Matushka's sight is, I think, a 0-1-4 or -1-4. Strong Hands is a -2-4. This is a -2-4. They have so many opportunities to just throw a pile of thrust at the opponent.
Yeah. Alright, this really wounds me. And by this I mean me.
Keep in mind, if it's an effect that wounds you,
yeah, then it does.
The participant has. I have to be the participant, so my effect has to do it.
I'm gonna not.
Oh, he's gonna not today.
Yeah,
that's worth it. That's worth it, man.
Sucks.
Yeah,
this sucks out loud. That may have just cost me the game.
Still not as bad as 2 broken
I should have
times.
just bought the duck foot and shot you to death. But I wanted to be stylish and grab some money from you. That really wounds me to my heart. Because I've used my epee. I've engaged Leontine and sent her home. That was a real kick between the legs. I don't like that at all. That 4 thrust. I should have just gone 23 skidoo.
I'm walking Torsten up here. By the way, I was a fool and did not select a target for the Boar's Guile. The target's always the leader, but I don't even think it's going to be relevant, which is why I did not consider it. And at the beginning of Dusk, if your leader is home, I'm going to gain a renown. So don't do that.
Sure. Okay. Oh, she has an influence of a 3. I don't like that at all.
Oh yeah, I wish it worked nicely with a Katarina Coxatrix. I looking back now, I was thinking about that interaction. You can still do it. It just requires somebody else to be on a location already. So like, there's more ways to set it up. It just didn't work in the one scenario that I was in, which is too bad. But probably for the better, because that would, I think, give a little too much control to where the renown goes with a Katarina. So I'm not that mad about it.
Okay. This really hurts. Okay. I am going to wound Leontine to move her.
Are you using her Sorcerer City action?
Oh, it's a city action.
It is a city action.
8th in the world, Carl. And
there's a lot of drama happening, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to... Okay, so we're tied here.
We are currently tied on the renown, on the influence there, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use the crabs in a bucket action with Julius. Oh, wait. No. Yes. Claim. So, just grab it straight up. I want to see where you move your people.
I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. Did you draw the card with crabs in a bucket? Because it's fewer renown.
Oh. Yoink.
Yeah, we just completely messed that up because I said characters and misspoke straight up because I remember I said characters. You should have an extra card. Great. Hey, you did it. You got it. Yep. Brilliant. I'm going to use the Yevgeny's discount and play Strong Hands. Pressure your performer's location with combat. I have 3. You have 1. If successful, claim it. This is mine now. So let's just keep passing that back and forth.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget, crabs in a bucket is whoever has the most renown. It's a nice catch-up mechanic. So I'm hoping that one card can help out.
Okay.
I'm holding on to 2 locations right now.
Yeah, that is really nasty for me. Oh, and you have so many high influence characters.
I have Yevgeny with 1 influence who, will get slapped around if he comes out to play. Alina's normally 1, but she's got 2, and then I've got Ivy at home with 2 influence as well.
Yeah. Okay.
To answer your question, Harold, I got a lucky gamble on Res Rushatel and put enough threat there to probably risk the wound so he not today'd home to prevent it, which probably a good idea.
All right, I am going to move Odette up. Actually, hand on the card. I'm gonna move Stranahan up because I don't really need a tremendous amount of. I don't need a whole lot of.
Stranahan.
Yeah, I don't need a lot of combat to put a Katarina down.
Let's move Ivy up here.
Okay. I'm gonna discard quick reflexes, and I'm gonna get the Stuckbook pistol.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, I can still hold here and have 2, but then you're gonna take a damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's not worth it. I can just let you get the kill, but then you're still going to have to move somebody up to enforce it. So let's go ahead and move Alina up to the forums.
All right. I'm going to move Henri up to the forums.
All right. It's a real escalation up here. Let's go ahead and claim this location because I'm sitting at 2 influence to your 1. So I'm going to claim the forums. I currently have all 3 locations at this moment, but that surely will not last.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Temporary dominance.
Temporary dominance. So I would need to really claim all 3. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, I don't know what tools you have in your hand, but
I don't know.
You've got fights to pull off. You could theoretically scoot Odette around and use her, depending on what movement cards you have. You could use her city action to pull Duelist to anchor influence in different locations.
Yeah. None of this is good. I really wish I had gotten more out of Julius.
Yeah, it just it didn't pan out. I think I got pretty lucky because you were that close to getting flourishes each time. I had a flourish in my hand each time.
Yeah.
And did you pull? You pulled the same card twice too.
I did. If you get any of these by the end of the day, then I'm toast because you can just sit with Yevgeny and not bring him anywhere.
Oh no, Yevgeny stay home.
Yeah, Yevgeny's staying home, and his 1 influence wouldn't do a whole lot.
It probably
anyway.
wouldn't tip the scales. No.
I just don't have enough influence on board to take these locations. And
I don't know what tools you have in your hand. If you want to call it, we can call it and get started another one. If you want to play it out, we can play it out.
Yeah, I am. There's just nothing I can do. I have a bunch of fight in my hand, just fighting and moving. But even if I was to kill everyone on board, turn everyone sideways, kill everyone on board.
You don't have the locations. You gotta, yeah.
I don't have enough dudes standing up. So you're going to get that renown no matter what. I could yank Yevgeny, but you would just move him back.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that, no.
Yeah, if I was to just come hither him, he would just run away. Oh. If I was to win, blow it up, win this fight. Okay, you know what? I'm going to play it to the bitter end.
Let's see it.
All right, let's see it. So I am going to, first off, Duckfoot. Boom.
All right, Katarina, it goes to the locker. A wound goes on to Ivy.
Okay. And that is my action.
All right. Well, I've still got this location here.
I sure do.
I don't want him to do that. Let's go ahead and play. I suppose now might not be the time to do that. Let's go ahead and pitch an Iron and Velvet to buy the Burnished Cuirass and put it onto Alina, giving her a whopping total of 5 resolve now. So just trying to get her to stick around a little bit longer with that two influence she's got on the table.
All right. Okay. I'm going to try some stuff. I don't know if it's actually going to work. I'm going to toss Master of the Valor style, and I'm done with you. I don't expect I'm going to need to parry out. And I'm going to Legendary Reputation Alina. I wonder who she's going to fight.
Oh, are you challenging Alina?
No, Alina's challenging me.
You issue a challenge. You think you're defending honor.
I'm thinking of defending honor.
Yeah, you issue a combat challenge to me, so you're going to send 3 threat at me.
3 threat. Standing up.
Yep, 2, 3, and I think we tend to know how this kind of thing goes.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh, what's up?
I did things wrong.
No, you want to pay cost differently? Go ahead and pay cost differently. No problem.
No, I forgot. I want to move Mo Dead up first. I want to move Mo Dead up, and then I'm going to challenge you next turn. Expect that.
All right, I'll expect that. I'm in a position here.
I jumped the gun. I got things rearranged in my brain.
No, you're all right. I don't want to do that. I will play like I don't know that's happening, which means I'm probably just going to pass at this point because I kind of have the board. So I was going to see what you're going to. You move her up, so you're probably going to go in.
Yeah,
well, frankly, if you're
you
going
don't want to fight, except maybe with Torstein, but keeping him upright.
You can pull a duelist. Frankly, if you're moving up, I'd probably move Alina over here is what I would do. Be a little counterplaying your thing. Let's just have the bloodbath. Let's go for it. I'll pass. Let's see it.
You're sure?
Yeah. Let's see it.
Okay.
I think I might be okay. I think. But even then, you're doing a fight with her? I'm going to decline said duel.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I will use her action to move her to an adjacent location. If she's opposed, unguard her.
Okay.
And there we go. So I ended up there anyway. You just got your fight in.
Yeah.
How many cards do you have? 2?
2 cards in hand.
You know what's really funny is when you and I just sit down and play, we finish a game in like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
When we talk about it, here we are. We've been up, we haven't played for the whole hour and 45 because we did some reveals and stuff. All right, what you got?
Not a whole lot. If I was to claim this location, you'd still have those 2. And now I can't play what's in my hand because they're both 2 costs. The need for wealth increases. I think with this deck, I'm going to pare down some of my 2 costs.
Yeah, Anghos, Grand Matron Anghos from Tooth and Claw can help with that, but 2 costs are big.
2 costs are big. 2 costs are big. GG.
All right, we'll call it there.
Yep.
All right, we'll pack up our board here, and then I'm going to do some reveals. It is 9:17, so we're a little late. We took some time on that game. Do you have time for another game tonight? What do you want to do?
Absolutely.
All right, we're doing 2, folks. We're committed. We do what we can with the time that we have. So I've got some promos to show off.
Yep, I am discovering that maybe balance is the key because I've really made this purely violence, and it's kind of underperforming.
Yeah, it's also nice to be able to have a character like Maxime, and that's kind of the cool thing about, I think there were a couple Montaigne players, I don't know if you were among them, who showed up to Worlds last year with the Montaigne deck that was in the rulebook and just, went top 16 with it. And it's a fairly well-balanced deck. You've got a lot of murder in it, but you also have Maxine to back it up. You've got good support for your sorceries. One of the things about Montaigne that I'm a little bummed about right now, but that's going to be fixed, obviously, for people following the leader stuff, is the availability of running sorceries. Like, you're kind of stuck on the Maxime and Leontine train. And not like I don't like those characters. I love them, but Leontine's in just about every deck.
Yep,
so
I got her in all my Montaigne decks.
It makes it a little challenging.
Because she hits every... she's a sorcerer, and she's a duelist, and she's a musketeer. So she checks every box. She has incredibly average stats, really leaves nothing to be desired. And she has movement effects that aren't attached to cards.
So I am going to talk about these promos, but real quick, I'm going to talk very briefly about Doomtown.
Hell yeah.
So if you like cowboys and you like 6-shooters and you like High Noon, you're going to love Doomtown. Doomtown has a core box for Weird West Edition. I believe it's MSRP 70 and it comes with 6 decks in it. It's a pretty big entry point, but it's a really good game. Alternatively, these are another entryway. These are little starter decks. They're $20 a pop, but if you just want to try the game out with some buddies, each of you can pick one of these little $20 starters up and you can start playing right away. These are going to be available at Gen Con, but we have all kinds of factions. The big one is the Law Dogs. That's sheriffs, that's bounty hunters, and they have a whole bounty hunting mechanic where you can put bounties on people. This game, a little similar to 7C. 7C took a lot of inspiration from Doomtown. The design team were, I think, all very dedicated Doomtown players. But you have your outfit. Your outfit is kind of like your leader in Doomtown. It's your location. So they have some shared DNA. There's locationality in Doomtown. It's probably going to have a lot of the stuff that you like about 7C already. But also, cool thing, and there's probably already a lot of Doomtown players in here, but each of the cards has a suit and a value, like in poker. So when you get into a shootout, if you're trying to do stuff, you literally play a hand of poker, and that's how you resolve stuff.
Nice.
So if you love poker and you love cowboys, this is something you should absolutely check out. We're going to be running demos of this at Gen Con, so come by, try it. If you love it, you can pick up one of these starters and get moving. There's the Law Dogs. We have the Outlaws, which are the bad boys. All the bank robbers, everybody who wears bandanas on their faces. We also have the First Peoples faction. They're great. We have the Entrepreneurs, which are like businesses. We have the Anarchists, which I think represents a lot of the kind of like immigrants. I think a lot of them are actually Chinese immigrants who have come to Doomtown. And then we also have the Fearmongers. These guys are crazy. They got a lot of personality, actually. This is like the circus freaks who have some access to magic. So if you want to play like the Fifth Ring Circus and you can give guys belly aches through magic spells, this is the faction for you. So very cool, 6 different decks coming out at Gen Con. Come play a demo and check it out. Let's crack into our promos. So something that we did here is we use historic alt art that's available, that's in public domain. So we went looking around to find artwork that was going to be appealing and fun, but also somewhat representative of the early modern period and Renaissance. So some of this art is actually from like the early 18th century. A lot of it we tried to focus on anything really from like the 1300s up until like the early 1800s. So we've got Boone, everybody's favorite card, featuring art from Ilya Repin, which is I think a dreamscape piece that he did. So it kind of evokes that. I'm sorry, the camera quality isn't great. Kind of evokes that mystical feel. We brought back, of course, Adrian Brower with Triage, with the guy looking very uncomfortable as he got some surgery. We've got Strategy featuring some Cavalier hat wearing guys. These ones are a lot of fun. We really love all the historic alt art. Something we did differently. You may have seen these before, but now they're full bleeds. We took the full bleed route, one, because it actually made the print quality better for us, and we had some challenges before. But two, because it's a great way to showcase this art. Cavalier hat returns with the very fancy boy. Derek loves it.
I love it.
And of course, more Adrian Brower. We have all kinds of artists. Rembrandt von Rijn is in here. Just anything that was public domain that was a great fit. We also have promos from the new City Deck update. So Chance Meeting has a full bleed. You can get your hands on that, where you can see two people excitedly shaking hands. The Silver Spine has a full bleed pack as well. The Devil Jonah's Bones coming in full bleed. Smuggled Item. Leja is now in full bleed mode with her glowing key. Kala and Adelheid are coming in. Adorable. And of course Pena, because we wanted somebody really mischievous. Ravenna comes in with a City Deck. Echo, I think, returns. He was previously a full bleed. Object of Wonder. Gutter Full of Roses is our first scheme that we've turned into a full bleed, and the layout is just about the same. Boone full bleed now without the Historic Altar. And of course, if you wanted some extra neutrals for Tooth and Claw, we love you guys, so that's why we've got Quick Reflexes as a nice full bleed. This is actually, this is the first finished Tooth and Claw card I've touched, because I don't even have a copy of Tooth and Claw yet. Relentless, because we really wanted you to have more of these for your decks. So you can pick this up with tournament packs, and you can just play Relentless all day long, because who doesn't want to do that? Heroic Intervention. Bleed Out by Ballard. This is one of my favorite full bleed pieces, actually. It looks so tight with that blood effect. But I think you've seen a lot of these before. Throwing Knife, not today. Opulence is always a win as a full bleed.
Oh, yeah. The Decadence.
The Decadence. Okay, so I got to talk about this. People ask about the action, discard your hand, draw a card. And they're like, yeah, I don't think that's a very good action. It wasn't intended to be a good action. It's a stunt. Yeah. It is in, you're supposed to play this for funsies. When you are so far ahead, you're like, I don't even need a hand. Yeah. What else is more opulent? We've got Shoddy Craftsmanship, Objection, Baratino. So I think we already had some thugs come out in full bleed. We've got Baratino. We've got an Elsie full bleed. Murad. Elizabetta. Vicenta comes back. Temnota as a full bleed. I'm trying to get these in the right light here, and I might have just done a disservice to folks. Predatory Pursuit here. Opulence action is the biggest flex. Voice of the Gods. Sunder. Ivy. Here's that Ivy full bleed. Very excited to see Ivy, because Ivy is just such a fantastic character for Asura. Really brings them together. Nizem. Croc de Leon. We're on to Montaigne. Now you can get excited, Derek. Absolutely. The Croc de Leon will be a promo. I'm really excited about Porte Travel. Porte Travel looks so good. Look at that portal. It's excellent. It's actually like a pretty big zoom in of the artwork in the background. Rosa. I don't think we have a Rosa full bleed, because her artwork was pretty wide. She doesn't lend herself super well. Cavalier Hat comes in because that was a nice tall piece we could use. Stranahan is a full bleed now. So I think just about every Musketeer is going to end up being a full bleed, and I think this is going to finish it. I don't know if Leontine was before, but Bastion is definitely new. I want to see more Bastion get played. Bastion needs a little bit of love.
Yeah, I mean, Bastion's Resolve of 3 it is of lower value now that Relentless is on the scene.
Yeah, but Cavalier Hat, the revolving door.
Yeah.
The revolving door. Hexenjagd coming in for a full bleed. Trial of Faith was the other one. Precision really lends itself well to full bleed. Wilhelm Dunce for any CCG fans. We're excited to see him as a full bleed. Catane de Winter, new from Tooth and Claw. I really want to see more people play with Catane, and I'm hoping we see him at Gen Con. Just double firing muskets and pistols. Terrell as a full bleed. Robbery for the Castile players. Amor is just the best full bleed. I think it was in last season. We love it so much. We couldn't not have it. We love people kissing in this game. Everybody needs to kiss for the romance.
I'm wondering, throwing knife is a ranged weapon as well.
Yeah.
He could double throwing knife.
Totally. In fact, I've got a throwing knife promo right here. So he could bust a throwing knife.
He could bust a full art fancy throwing knife.
He could, a full art fancy throwing knife to get not +1 thrust, but +2 thrust.
Which puts him right up there with the ratio.
It does, actually. We have Maya as a full bleed. She was a full bleed before, but we also have Lucas the Damned, the Doomed, and Lucas the Damned is full bleed. So that is the new full bleed set for the season. You guys should get a closer look at these at Gen Con. And if you have any requests of one you want to see up close, because I kind of moved through them quickly, let me know. You can call out a particular card and I'll pull it up. No Rosa Fullbleed. Very sorry. And with that, I think we can get started on our second and final game of the night. We've gone through Doomtown. We've gone through these promos. One thing I should show real fast, City Deck update. So City Deck update is going to be available at Gen Con. They'll be for sale, but everybody participating in the World Championship event is going to get one. If you're playing in multiplayer, you'll have to pick one up because we didn't build that into the price. The little cover is going to have details in the back about how to do your swap, details about Shore Leave characters. It's also going to include the 3 story cards that are for Gen Con. So for you collectors out there, if you want your hands on the 3 story cards, you can pick them up in this pack. One word on these. These City Deck cards, minus the Shore Leave characters, are going to be coming to Fate and Fortune. But our manufacturer Long Pack in China, they produce 1 card size, and Drive Through Cards produces another card size, and it's just ever so slightly off. This is part of the reason why in our floor rules we say that you should use sleeves for everything. If you're playing casually, it doesn't bother me. I've got transparent sleeves for my City Deck here. But in the competitive space, we always use opaque sleeves, and you really can't notice a difference. But you will if you stack them up and kind of feel on the edge. If you've got the old City Deck, you'll feel it ever so slightly. We apologize. It is what we have to do to get stuff printed in the States. If you have a Tooth and Claw pre-order, what do you need to pick up at Gen Con? You can just come meet... I think Lap has the list of everybody who's got a pre-order, and he'll check against the list that he has, and you can just pick it up there. If you're in... If you've got your pre-order, this is kind of one of the challenges with international shipping right now because of our delay. If you're playing in any of the events, you get priority on picking up your Tooth and Claw. So that means any of our multiplayer events, it means our World Championship, you're going to be able to pick up first. If you're not playing an event, I'd love if I could guarantee a Tooth and Claw for you at Gen Con. I just can't, which means it would ship like shortly after Gen Con. And we really hate that. We sincerely apologize. If we could change it, we would. But if you're playing in an event at Gen Con, you'll be able to pick up your Tooth and Claw, guaranteed. You will get Tooth and Claw. We have enough for those folks. So yeah, these cards are just a little bit bigger, but we've got our Shore Leave characters like Waylon Greywall. We've got Jesse Nakansa. These are from the Writer's Room characters. And of course, Captain Christian, who is just my favorite. So these will all be at Gen Con for you, plus the 3 story cards. If you're a collector, you can hold on to those. Get my deck and store me for game 2.
Pirate Santa.
Yeah, I'm also excited for the holographic Mistas, which are not going to have the traditional back. The backing is actually going to say 7th C on it, but that's not a problem if you just put it in a sleeve. So a bit of a collector's item there. You're playing Montaigne again. What do you want to... Actually, I can...
This time I'm playing Montaigne Diplomacy, so
all right.
Feel free to fliff out some more Yevgeny.
Chat, what am I playing? You guys get to pick. Whoever says what I'm playing first is going to get it, because we got to go. It's getting late. We're waiting here. I got a whole box of cards here. Castile it is. All right.
Oh, Castile again.
All right. We have a second choice. Am I playing with Tooth and Claw stuff or no Tooth and Claw stuff?
I would like to see
I'm gonna let not Harold answer, because Harold was first with Castile. But I've got a deck with Tooth and Claw and a deck that's actually Andrew Verhagen's deck from Gen Con last year. All right, Scott says we're playing with Tooth and Claw, which means we're playing with the deck that isn't optimized. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm here to make mistakes and get messy.
We both are, Carl.
I said let's go, and the dog jumped right off the couch. All right.
What if there was more steak for me, says Remy.
Yeah, Remy's eating steak off of our plates. All right. You want to give that City Deck a shuffle? Because you're all set up. I got distracted talking to folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with Tooth and Claw, you got it. I'll show my approach deck off really quick. Now, keep in mind, Castile, I keep saying this, there's actually a saying, which is that designers are notoriously bad at the games they work on.
I don't know. These victories are telling a different story, Carl.
Hey, man, I get lucky here and there. But I've got my approach deck today. Y'all can see that. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing what characters I've got to put in play. But I'm doing kind of a hybrid control combat route, and we'll see how it goes.
This is pure control all the time.
Pure control all the time. They better go aggro. All right, we got the bones on the docks. I've got to reset our board too.
Actually, I'm gonna move these in a way that orients
Yeah, we
them
can.
with the
So
camera.
the chat can read them.
Yeah.
Very kind.
Yes. We do it for the fans.
All right, and it is not day 4. Man, that was a long game. You don't really see games go till day 4 very often.
I noticed that fight decks tend to do that a little bit more often.
I mean, that was almost a day 1 victory.
It was inches away.
Inches away. It was real close.
If you had done one less thrust to me, I would have relentless Yevgeny to death turn 1.
Yeah, if you had walked away from that fight, because I mean he was hanging on by a thread there, that would have been a really funny thing for chat to watch. I would have shown the promos off a lot earlier. Camera focus. Thank you for calling that out. If anybody, we're kind of new to streaming. Like I said, we kind of upgraded some of the quality of the stream. But if anybody out there has good suggestions, mistakes that we're making, we're always open to hearing that, so we can make the experience better. But we got a new camera that should be here next week. And what I've heard is that that'll bring things into better focus, make it a bit more crisp, and we're also working on our lighting just so you guys can see cards better. Because I can see here, the Devil Jonas Bones just isn't, it's just a little reflective. Part of that's the sleeves, and we could just make everything naked, pull the sleeves off of everything and see how it goes. I swear that's the Devil Jonas Bones up there. I swear. Oh, that's so much better. You got to figure out what we're doing, Derek.
Yeah, it's not my strong suit, I will say.
Dachi sorcery deck in the future if you have the time. Tell you what, I think I gotta check with Derek here, but I think we're gonna try to make this a regular Tuesday thing. I will.
Oh, absolutely.
I will play a
all in
Dachi
10 toes.
sorcery deck next time. But I think that members of our community have built better decks than I'm going to build. I happen to think about the game a lot by virtue of what I'm doing and play semi-regularly. So I will, just for you, Shadow, next week we will do Vidachi sorcery.
Absolutely.
All right, I think I've sufficiently shuffled this. We've got the bones. We've got the Cernith hand. We've got Carmella. Oof. Well, I don't want to do that. I think that that's going to be helpful. If actually, it's way less helpful against this matchup. What are you doing to me? I think that'd be better later. We're definitely doing that. And I need to put you in a position to use your... Yeah, absolutely. I've got my approach picked. Are we ready for it?
All right, ready
Let's
to go.
see it.
Whip.
So we've got Torvo Espada and the Cat's Embargo. So I'm 75 on the initiative. You brought Leontine in today, and I've got Torvo.
Oh, you got me by a few.
I got you by a few digits.
Yeah.
So 75, I'm going to add a renown to 2 different locations, and you're going to add a renown to a location with no renown. So I'm going to go ahead and just speed things up. We're going to put 1 renown on each location because no matter how we cut it, you're putting it on a location with none.
Yep.
So we have, I'm just going to try to move this into a spot where people can see. We've got 3 renown out here. Torvo's really great. I'll talk about him real quick because he's from Tooth and Claw. If you see him at Gen Con, be afraid. Torvo is like a premier duelist from the CCG. He has a city action. You can target an opposing character with 2 combat or more. So he can't go bully Odette or bully a Katarina. That character may issue a combat challenge to Torvo because Torvo calls them out. Torvo is the Expedition Extraordinario. He's the amazing swordsman. So he says, hey, I'm calling you out. Are we going to fight? And if they don't, because they're cowards, you get to draw a card. Now, if they do challenge you, other characters can't intervene. You can't intervene and say, somebody else is going to take on the fight. Torvo is taking the fight. He also has a technique that's +1 parry. That's just a really good ability built right in. If he's got an Eldana card in his dueling line, he gets +1 riposte instead. This was Tooth and Claw. I know I keep calling him out, but I think this was largely Andrew Verhagen's design. Obviously, Steve Verhagen, that's Abe, if you guys have seen his decks floating around. It was really kind of their brainchild to make this version of Torvo, and he ended up being really brilliant. He's excellent. All right, so we've got a Renown out. we are going to draw some cards, but I got to do something here. At the end of planning, because we're just hitting the end of planning now, we're about to enter high drama, I'm going to reveal a card at random from your hand.
All right.
I'm going to grab one. I want that one right there. Yeah, that fourth one. Boom. Ooh, status matters. Oh, man, I hate that. I want it to be something useful. Like a broken time would have been brilliant or something.
Well, there's no broken times in the deck, so...
Oh, fair enough. All right, well, maybe...
There's very few duelists.
Status matters could be a little more helpful. After an opponent plays or discards a card with the reveal card's name, I get a renown.
You sure
Don't
do.
lose that. Keep that. Don't lose all your money.
Don't lose all my money.
But frankly, I bet you're going to hold on to that, pop a rocka, and then pitch it next turn.
I very well maybe might just could.
All right. So I got the lead here. I'm coming in with 7 cards, and I've got the higher initiative, so I'm going to tell you what. I'm moving Celine right up to the docks. That's my opening move.
Oh, man, I wonder if she's going to grab the Devil Jones's bones.
She's totally grabbing the Devil Jonas bones. Absolutely. Man, my least favorite part about picking up Castile is not, understanding all the intricacies with cards. I play a lot more of Asura, so I'm going to miss some opportunities, and I'm going to let chat know every opportunity I miss. The other thing I love about playing Castile is most cards cost 0.
That is...
Hey, Shadow's playing 5 sales. Shadow, where are you at? Where in the U.S. are you?
All right, I'm going to put Leontine up here.
Katarina moved to a location where she did not move the renown. Yup. To is paid for. Michigan. Okay, I thought I knew you. You played in the Flintlock tournament. We should see about getting you to come guest star in a stream sometime if you want to do that, because we're actually streaming in Lincoln Park right now, Lincoln Park, Michigan. He's changing where the renown ends up, but a Katarina's cost still paid. Yeah. Correct. We got to get you out. I knew I recognized that screen name. All right. So you moved. Sorry, I got distracted there. Leontine up to the forums. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh man, I hate doing it. I gotta keep it. I get so much anxiety over getting rid of Castile cards because I have just a fire hand right now.
My hand is not fire at all.
I'm doing it. It's too early, and I mean I'm probably gonna get mocked for getting rid of research because research is such a good card. But it's so early for me to get the benefit off of it that I'm not. So I'm gonna pitch research to buy the Devil Jonas Bones and put it on Celine. So now Celine gets a whopping 3 gambles.
Yeah, which
is 3
gamble
gambled cards. Excuse me.
Incredibly stylish.
Yeah, Scott is a much better Castile player than I am. So he's probably gonna come in and say, "What are you doing, Carl?"
All right, I'm going to move Odette up here to the Grand Bazaar.
Odette at the bazaar. And you might just end up buying Carmella. I can't really get you to fight me here. Oh man, these are tough decisions. Yeah, I want to stay the hell away from that. I don't know. It's always tough when you've got reputation day 1 because you don't want to lose the agency on it. But let's go ahead and we're gonna move Torvo up to the forums.
Okay. I am going to toss paid off and status matters. And I'm going to put the strength hand on Leontine, giving her a little extra punch and allowing her to punch a little bit harder herself.
Yeah, hate that. Absolutely hate that. But I have some opportunities here. I don't have the resources I want for this. I'm going to claim this location with Celine. So I'm going to pull the docks over.
Unopposed, and my status matters is in the discard, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, hang on a second. That means I'll get a renown.
You sure will.
After an opponent plays it, do you want to not discard that?
I want to discard it.
You want to discard it?
You can have it.
All right, I'm going to get a renown off of my Cat's Embargo trigger.
Because I need this. I need this punch so you don't have it, and everything else in my hand is very valuable.
All right, so I've got the docks under my control. And wait, I'm going to use Celine's reaction to move her to the forums.
As I thought you might.
Yep, so I've got the docks under my control, but I've abandoned it. And I don't know, maybe Leontine will scoot over there.
She might. All right, I am going to... Now, this is going to look foolish to the chat, but there is a method to the madness.
Oh, this is going to be fun. All right.
Odette is going to claim, not using repetition mérité, claiming.
And not recruiting Carmella.
Not recruiting Carmella, claiming.
I'll be a canned ham. All right, I'm going to target Leontine and say, Leontine, fight me. Because you got 2 combat or more. You can issue a challenge.
I have 3 combat now.
Oh, yeah, but you got 2 or more.
Yes, I do.
Yep, so if you issue challenge to me, fine. Otherwise, I get to draw a card. Let's build that hand disparity.
Cards in hand?
6 cards in hand right now.
All right. Leontine throws 3.
Leontine throws 3. 1 and 2 and 3 at me. Let's see what I'm going to do about this. So... you have -1 finesse right now because you're an adversary at Celine's location. So you have 1 gamble.
1 gamble.
So what am I going to do here? I can't use that. I can't use that.
And that doesn't engage Torvo.
No, it doesn't.
That's so amazing.
Well, you can just let me have a card instead. Like
I could.
You can issue to me or I can have a card. It's a tough choice. But yeah, Torvo's I think a very necessary piece.
You know what? I'm going to do the hand because this is my challenge.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'm going to wound Leontine. You're going to have -2
parry.
I
have -2 parry right now.
You have -2 parry right now.
Gotcha.
So 3 punch and a -2 parry. So I'm going to make you work for it.
That you are, but I'm a duelist. Yeah. All right. Where do I want to gamble it? Not that. But I do like... Oh, this is tough, man. Because I got those 3 gambles, I might as well use them, you know? But I feel like this is a pivotal fight here. I'm going to pop gold or steel from hand.
Oof.
So the minus parry, I'm still going to take a wound, which hurts, because you really want to keep every wound off of him you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because he's got that pretty average 4. So I'm going to riposte 2, parry none, thrust 2, but now I'm going to activate the duelist maneuver on this, because I'm a duelist and a pirate. I could do either or. The duelist maneuver is if your participant has more finesse than the adversary, because I've got 3, you've got 1 currently because of Celine's passive, I get to draw a card unless the adversary suffers a wound.
Take your card.
I'm going to take my card, and I'm going to take 1 wound. All right, and that was gold or steel plate from hand.
All right. I hate to use this already. And I'm just going to porte it all away. Leontine moves to Leontine's location.
Okay, well, hang on. Because it also says discard all threat. Yeah. Wound your performer. Move target character you control your performer's location. Oh, sorry. That's not what I'm reading the forced. When played during a duel, if you control a sorcerer, wound. So this actually, I think, might have something you may not want. Wound them. Move your participant to their location and discard all threat. Yep, so you're going to discard all the threat.
Yep.
Now we check for threat. All the threat is removed, so the duel ends. Yep. And I don't have the chat up right now, but I'm sure Agent's already yelling at me. Oh, he didn't. All right. We stuck fast with.
Yep.
All right.
That's how it goes.
You got out of that one.
You got a few wounds on me. Not happy about it, but that's how it goes.
All right, and now it's your turn.
Yes.
Hang on a second. No, I lied. Keep going.
All right. So I am going to make a mistake and toss a nut today for appealing to the people. Stand Odetta because she's at a location that she controls.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. I just don't see the value. I mean, it's a perfectly fine card. It's probably one she even wants. Now, do I want to forego any of the influence on the forums to take out Leontine at the risk of losing Torvo when it looks like you're going to pick up either a Carmella or a character from your approach deck with Reputation Merite? By getting a second duelist, you're really going to threaten me. I think I just need to remove the very potent piece that is Leontine. And you could have a parry out.
I could.
And you just walk away after I'm engaged, and I don't want that. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Unsanctioned Duel.
Oh, no.
I'm going to play Duelist City action in gate, because I figured you've got so many diplomats, you've got to have parry outs, and I don't want you to pop a Tablet of the Fallen Musketeer or something. Engage your performer. Issue an unrefusable combat challenge to target opposing non-leader. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, and you can't refuse it. Next piece that happens is at the start of the first round, which is going to happen on the following duel, we both take 1 threat. So technically you got 4 coming at you. So I've got 1 wound at me. I've already got 1 threat in my pool. Let's see what happens.
I tossed my not today, and I didn't intend to because I am 8th in the world. Okay, so I have a difficult choice to make. Die, or...
Don't do that. You've invested too much.
I have invested a lot in this.
You spent 2 whole cards on that.
Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, I'm very happy that Unsanctioned
Duel.
Duel.
Well,
That was...
We're going to gamble. There's another... Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, all right. You're good.
Or, yeah, I'm fine.
Hang on a second. I'm going to... Oh, hang on. You block all... How much threat is in there?
4, I'm blocking 5.
You're going to take a wound.
I'll take a wound.
I'm just seeing what choice I have.
If you were to Relentless, that would make me sad.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't kill you.
It wouldn't kill me, but it would still make me sad.
Pass.
Okay.
Pass.
So.
You get to do it. Now, here's the thing. You're gone, but I still have a threat that I have to manage because Unsanctioned Duel added a threat to both of us. So
That's
I'm just
correct.
going to go ahead and gamble and probably get rid of it. Oh, no, my Night of Drinking. Ah, no, my Golder Steel. Good thing you fly through the cards with this. You know what's pretty cool? The Double Jonas Bones lets me gamble from the bottom of the deck. I'm putting Golder Steel at the bottom because I feel like I got to be a little more aggressive. And I love Night of Drinking. It's great. But I'm not going to be able to use that from the bottom of the deck. And it's going to get sunk. So I might as well just, ping it off. I hate doing that because I love Night of Drinking. And that might be a mistake. But, well, here's the thing. It's still sunk. It's not like it's going to be very reachable. So, all right. Bye, Leontine.
All right.
Right.
Leontine goes home. Engaged.
Your turn.
All right. Odette will do Reputation Merite because you have a couple engaged dudes and get Gillian.
And then Guyan's going to engage, and you're going to buy Carmella. Ooh, you don't have enough influence.
Don't have enough influence.
What's Guyan do again? He can move Renown.
Yep, you can move
Discard a
around.
card, move an adjacent Renown to this location. So you can, I didn't claim it, but that can still get you 2 Renown and put you up today, which would be fun. Guyan's really cool. Guyan doesn't see a lot of play, but I'm hoping that with the advancements that have happened with Tooth and Claw, Guyan sees more play because he has that spicy diplomat trait. He has a city action, discard a card, move an adjacent Renown to this location, and if an opponent has more Renown, he gets +1 combat, which is kind of like a written off ability because you don't really want him fighting. But I suppose you can come in for a nasty swing. He'd be a good hybrid for you if you're down. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to do this because I really want to play it, but Unfortunate is a tough card to play. I'm going to pay with Unfortunate for the Upman's Jacket and put that onto Leontine. I'm sorry, not Leontine. Celine. And now Celine has 3 influence.
Ooh.
So she reveals 3 cards in the gamble. She's got they reveal 3 cards in the gamble. They have 3 influence. Yep.
All right. I'm going to discard my own Upman's Jacket. And
Suck it over.
Boink, boink.
Yeah, I thought it was bold. My thought was that... Oh, sorry, yes. Thank you for that. Carmel's gone. She's vanished. Up in smoke because of Reputation Merite.
She is. Boink.
Yeah.
Toast.
And
that was another reason why I moved Odette over here. I totally forgot about it because I wanted to get rid of Carmella so you wouldn't get her.
Yeah, I ended up getting rid of the Night of Drinking just because it was going to be sunk, and it would probably come up later, but knowing me, I'd probably just gamble it.
I was thinking if you brought Torvo or Celine over, or Torvo over here, you'd be like a ha ha ha, and then I get rid of her, get a one punch dude, and then move from there.
I'm gonna pass.
All right, I am going.
How many cards do you have? Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
Cards in hand.
3.
3. Goodness. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna put an Eventail on Gillian.
I forgot to update it. So I've got the docks. Forms is uncontrolled, and the bazaar is controlled by you. All right. Oh, Ivante. Wonderful. I can't wait to robbery that. Let's go. If diplomat only.
So it'll
Boo-hoo.
drop. Yeah.
Boo-hoo. All right. I'm gonna pass.
I'm gonna pass.
All right. So let's bring them home. Go ahead and plunder your 2 renown. So we're currently tied up 2-2.
2-2.
Yep. All right. So that's excellent. Look at that nice tie. Good stuff. All right, and let's hop into day 2. Can you do our flop, please?
Absolutely. I thought Torvo had more wounds, but I could be mistaken.
Torvo's only got he only took 1 because of he played Golden Steel, and then you get out of there. All right.
Crabs.
Ooh, we have tied renown. That's actually a dead card right now. Crabs in a Bucket came out on the docks. Duckfoot Pistol makes an appearance over at the forums, and so it begins.
So it begins. Plus the hand would be fascinating. Just make sure that no one can block.
Fascinating. Tough decisions. All right. Leontine's sticking around with just a little bit of health. The question is, what do I want to swing into? Do I want to go aggressive or lean into the control right now? I think given how many cards do you have in hand?
0.
0 cards in hand.
0 cards in hand.
All right.
My last card was going on to Gillian.
That makes my decision for me.
Yeah.
But you're gonna come in. You're gonna be up a character, which what's the word? I hate that.
All right.
But I think this is the move, and it's a little.
I think this
is a little risky.
But when last I played this deck, I didn't lean into what it does because I was in such a fight everything all the time mentality still.
Yeah.
In a deck that doesn't have those tools, so I have to lean into the tools that I do have.
You ready for this reveal?
I am ready for this reveal. Sir Jack and Tea and Cakes.
All right, I've got Sanjay and Rumors of the Crimson Roger.
Sanjay creates problems.
Sanjay does because I already have the hand advantage, but I'm going to be down a card and you're going to be up a card because now you're down again because the -1 because I was going to say your natural +1 draw. But Tea and Cakes is 19, so I'm 38. I'm going to put 2 renown on the docks.
All right.
There's 2 of them. And that's it. I have a pirate action on here. I can move target opposing non-pirate home unless you discard a card. And I can also move my adjacent pirate over to here, which is great. And where's yours?
And Tea and Cakes.
Add renown to any location?
Yep, add renown to any location. And don't add my renown.
And then target opponent adds renown to a different location. I have the higher move today. I think the answer is double down on the docks. I think that's the move, but you're going to grab that Duckfoot knowing you.
I try.
All right, so now we go ahead and draw cards and pick it up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Putting me at a hand size of 8 right now. And what are you at?
I will be at 6. So you do have the hand advantage for sure. And you have the first turn, maintaining that first turn token.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can just use Jack to knock me out of the docks and into the forums.
Very possible.
That's fine. I move Sanjay up to the docks.
Double check Sanjay.
Sanjay is a pirate, Aragosta.
Has fewer cards.
And he's a leader candidate, but I think not for long. I think he's definitely the one getting yeeted and deleted.
Alright, I will move up Jack.
Do you want some whiskey, by the way?
I would love some.
Let's get some whiskey. You're moving Jack up. Saw this coming. Jack, you got fewer cards in hand than me.
I sure do. Only 6.
But I don't think I'm stressed about it. Let's go ahead and move Celine up here too.
Okay.
But I'm actually just going to do us a favor. Scoot these down. I feel like the action's going to be over here today.
Yeah.
We could use a little more space.
Alright. Jack is going to use tea and cakes. He's going to move himself. He's going to remove a renowned. And because Celine is such an absolute monster, thank you kindly, I'm tempted to move Sanjay, but you're just going to reaction move Celine over to the forums anyway.
Did you move Jack? Oh, how'd you move him?
Tea cakes.
Tea cakes.
So I'm moving Jack. I moved to renowned, and I'm going to move Celine.
Cool. Celine moves over.
Celine's dangerous, but it's them or Sanjay, and you would move Celine over with her reaction or their reaction anyway.
Cool. 4, 5, 6. How many cards do you have?
Still 6.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and move Torvo up.
Torvo at the docks. Okay.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna move to the forums. We're doing it.
Okay.
Torvo moves to the forums.
All right. Oh, none of this is good.
Yeah, Celine is currently at 3 influence with the Upman's jacket, correct?
Yeah.
Celine has the Devil Jonas Bones and the Upman's jacket right now.
Yep. All right. Torvo can challenge Jack.
Torvo loves to fight Jack.
Yeah, he does.
He says, bite me.
All right. Jack is going to use his city action to move Torvo over to the middle of nowhere Grand Bazaar with his ability.
Correct. We have an issue, which was... Thank you, chat, for pointing it out while I was getting whiskey for us, because that's what we need right now. Equal or lower influence.
Oh,
I'm
plus
at 3.
1!
So I think you're stuck moving Jack.
I'm stuck moving...
I'm sorry, not Jack, Sanjay.
Yeah, I'm stuck moving
All right,
Sanjay.
are you cool with that?
I'm cool with that. Yeah,
all right,
that's fine.
Thank you, chat. That's what we get. I'm like, let me pour us some whiskey. Obviously, we're not prepared to do that. We're,
in the world, Carl. I am just mucking up big.
They're paying better attention than we are. Thank you, everybody.
I'm glad they are.
Cheers, chat.
Cheers, chat. Wow. Derek can't read. That is the...
And Carl can't remember what cards do. It's kind of my job.
I'm not actually literate. Terribly card lexic. Okay, so, yeah, I'm still moving Torvo over to the Bazaar with Jack's ability.
All right, Torvo moves to the Bazaar.
Yes.
Sanjay engages Jack.
Sanjay engages
With
Jack.
his city action, target an opposing
does.
character. If their controller has fewer cards in hand than you, engage them.
I just need Torvo in a place where he can't do any damage. At least not easily.
Oh, it's my turn, isn't it?
It sure is.
Sorry, oh no, sorry, I engaged Jack.
Yeah. Oh, sorry,
So
you
back to
engaged. Now it's me. I guess I'm going to move Leontine up. She has a little bit of wounds to move around.
We're going to it's not really going to be that helpful. We're going to use Celine's reaction when you finish that action to move Celine over here. And now Celine is going to issue a challenge to Leontine.
All right.
So I'm putting 3 down.
I only have the one gamble. I'm sad that I'm going to lose some cards here, but I really gotta make sure that Leontine survives for various reasons. Not least of which because I would like the forums and all the money there.
I need to start engaging my characters so chat can read them rather than giving them a headache.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do my one gamble. Let's see what we got. Upman's jacket. Sea legs.
Oh no.
Woof. Lol. Okay, well, Upman's jacket. Taking 1, thrusting 2.
Alright. I'm playing Life in the Canals from hand, and I'm using the Scoundrel maneuver. The adversary discards a card.
Don't like that.
And that's just a 2 riposte, so here's 2 back.
Alright, well, I guess I'm tossing devotion.
Hey, I'm going to use the reaction on Sanjay. After an opponent discards a card due to your effect, draw a card.
It gives you so much utility.
Utility. And that's played face up on guard in the dueling line because it's from my hand.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to adjust. I'm done with you and end the duel.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and play Relentless.
Yep. Toast.
I'm wounding Celine, but it's worth it to get her off the field.
Seventh hand is toast. Leontine is toast. Rip Leontine.
Didn't even get my 3 gambles.
Rough-a-rooney. Alrighty.
But I'm kind of in a tough spot with actually, getting, what's the thing? Renown. The thing you need to win the game right now.
I mean, sometimes. Alright. I am going to move Gillian up. No, I'll move Odette. Hand on the piece. 4. So you would have 5. I would have 4. Yeah, I need to move. If I move Odette, then I just get. Yeah, I'm going to move Odette over. No.
Cool. I'm going to use, because I gotta, the pirate action.
Oh,
if your performer is adjacent to the docks, move them there. We are tied on renown on influence currently.
Yeah.
3 and 3.
3 and 3. Okay. I guess I'm moving Gillian up.
I'm going to pay $1 and play Taunt. And the card I'm going to pitch to pay for Taunt is Taunt. And it says city action. Target an adjacent enemy character. Move them to your performer's location.
No!
Yeah, you tried to get Torvo out of town, but Torvo said, I don't think so, buddy boy.
Oh, that's real rough. That's incredibly unfortunate. I don't like that.
I've got a
at
card that does
all.
unfortunate.
I don't like that at all. Oh, that's bad. All right, I'm just because I can't have Torvo be messing up Gillian. I'm gonna move Gillian over. Engage. Da, 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 da.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Torvo and just have him walk over. Actually, we're not gonna do that. I lied to you. How many cards do you have in hand?
4.
Man, I'm having trouble here because I'm just doing this thing called getting rid of all my cards, and I can't afford to do that with a Sanjay on the table because I only have 5.
Been there, done that.
I don't really know what Odette can do right now unless you attach a thing to her. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to walk Torvaruni up here.
Yep. So now we're tied 4 to 4.
We're tied. We're tied actually.
Oh, sorry.
We're not tied. You're
we're not.
4 and
Okay.
I'm 3.
Yeah.
So you have the lead.
Okay, I am going to ditch Tend the Wounded and Gallant Deeds to Valiant Spirit Gillian. Eating a lot of cards for this, but
I'm going
it's all for the
to
money.
play Night of Drinking on that. And I'm going to pitch... Hot damn. I'm going to have to pitch Raise the Stakes for it, and I'm going to cancel that effect.
That's incredibly devastating.
That was a big trade. Big trade. Ouch.
Big trade.
And that was my reaction. I'm going to tell Jack... I have so much movement. I'm going to tell Guyan that he has to fight Torvo, and if he doesn't, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Card or boo-boos?
You know what? You know what, Carl? I'm sick of Torvos. Golf.
He's obnoxious, dude.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw a couple punches at Torvo.
All right, let's see it.
Let's
Torvo's gonna gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Revealing 2 cards. Oh, I gambled adaptable. Oh no, I guess I'm gonna have to. I could always just send 3 at him.
Oh, I made a mistake. Oh well.
Could always just send 3 at him.
I'm dumb.
I could also use. You need to take Backsy here?
Yeah, I forgot to look at the cost of my cards.
What'd you want to do? Like I mean, I could sink these supposedly, but
yeah, I want you to just take the card. I mean, just take the card.
Oh, do the thing?
Yeah, just take that.
I just have a tough decision because I can pay $1 to send 4 at you, but I don't know if I should pay $1 to send 4 at you. I don't know if I should do that. That is
sorry, I forgot that I have a 1-cost card in my hand that it influenced my decision to fight. Because I can't read, as we've established.
But you want me to keep going, or do you want me to sink them? I don't mind sinking them. We're practicing for Gen Con, right?
Yeah.
So now,
if we're practicing for Gen Con, we'll just let it ride. Fuck it.
Up to you. I don't mind either way. I have no issues.
Yeah.
So the question is, do I put 4 threat in front of you? No, I'm not going to pay $1 to do that. I love adaptable, but let's sink it because I really want to draw that later, even though that was the mentality under which I didn't get the other thing. I'm going to parry block 2, send 3.
I've been too many potty mouth things right now. All right.
You do get an extra gamble, which is huge.
I do get an extra gamble. Let's see what we got. Stress matters. Blood mark. Okay.
That works out.
Perio. Thank goodness.
Taking a wound.
Taking a wound. Taking a boo boo. Yeah, stress matters. Sinks. Incredibly lucky gamble.
And there's no locations claimed. Have I been good? And yes, I've kept them neutral. Very good.
Yeah.
This is the most even day 2.
Yeah, really though. Okay, it is my action. There's really nothing I can do. guess I'll pass.
All right. Pirate action. Move target opposing non-pirate home unless their controller discards a card.
Discard Battlewits.
Oh no! All right, it's because if you'd done that,
Yeah.
man, it stays perfectly even, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want you to either bleed cards or not have options. If I can keep this renown on the table, that's my best bet.
Mm-hmm. Are you passing again?
I'm passing it.
I'm passing again. This
All right.
what a trip, man. All right. Look at there's so much renown on the table.
I'm sweating aggressively.
All right, have a good night there, Agent. You can always watch the end later.
Yeah. All right.
Just pull adaptable back to the top with bone. Duh! Why didn't I think of that? I didn't. That would involve me doing things in a particular order. But yeah, good point.
Yeah.
All right, we're heading into day 3. We got 3 new city cards.
And he's a diplomat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he's a diplomat. Oh boy, I can finally robbery a thing. All right, so we've got at the docks we've got the burnished cuirass, which I just love that thing. It is armor, not attire. That's great. Jacinto and chance meeting, which is relevant if somebody picks up Jacinto. So watch out for that. Don't escalate too quickly, or I might get into character.
Oh, bedtime alarm. Yep.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
All right.
None of this is good.
This is tough.
This is tough. Cards left in hand. You said you had 4.
I have three cards left in hand, and I feel like I just need to go fast.
Go fast, go furious.
I like that doesn't escalate. And all right. Gotta look at that again. All right, that's definitely the play there. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Those are the 2. Big stat number, big.
All right.
Rosa is like a really good character, but I recognize I lack a lot of the confidence to play her properly.
That's how it goes. She requires a confident man.
Yeah. All right, so we got Castilian Caper 93.
The
And
fastest initiative in the
Raton.
game. No, actually, wait. I think Teeth of the Draken is.
Teeth of the Draken is a close runner-up.
Yeah.
I forget
Is
what that was.
87?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember, man. That was one of the last changes in that last expansion. I
Yep.
have not committed that to memory. Eisen came out with a lot of interesting tools, but it didn't really help them do attachments too much better. It didn't help them do mercenaries too much better. I'm gonna be at a hand size of 9, and you're at a hand size of 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we got big hands today.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the first. Oh, we did things out of order here because we're bad at this. Mm-hmm. Add 1 renown to 2 different locations with no renown. Well, I have one option. The one location with no renown. Where are you putting renown?
Add renown to any location or move it or renown to an adjacent location.
Yep. Shouldn't have looked at our hands first, but it's fine. You're just adding.
Yeah, I'm just adding.
Oh, he's just adding.
Getting a win condition on the board right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, how else is Jack going to do his business?
Exactly right.
All right, what do we have here? Just nonsense. If you don't mind, I'm just going to grab this entire discard pile for a second. Don't mind me.
Do what you do.
Nothing suspicious happening here. Who doesn't love that? That's pretty cool. All right, good to know that. So I just, I really want Jack to, what's the word? Die. I really don't want him to be around right now.
He's not the most durable gentleman.
Yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to take my opening at 93 initiative and walk Torvo up to the forums.
Yeah. None of this is good for me. All right. I am going to move Stranahan to the forums.
Yeah, Terry knows what's up.
Dignified, sly old dog. He is a scoundrel.
Yeah, I'm really glad he has that trait. Makes him.
He's really the only scoundrel that Montaigne has access to, unless Horatio's a scoundrel. I don't know if he's a scoundrel or not.
Horatio, I believe, is a scoundrel. Yeah.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, but I'm often wrong, but never in doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and walk Sanjay up here.
Okay. And he engages people, which
he can engage you if you have fewer cards in hand,
which I do.
He's just an engage on a stick. He is one of the most dangerous pieces. Yeah.
All right, Moon Jack.
Okay, I think I saw this coming. He's a diplomat, which means I can take boo-boos if I dare engage him.
If you dare accost him, Stranahan will be there to poke you in the foot.
That's okay. Or should I just get a card out of it? He's going to knock me around in another location. Regardless, or Stranahan's going to do something. So why don't I just take my card? I'm going to ask Sir Jack to fight me. If he doesn't, I draw a card.
Draw your card.
I've drawn my card. All right.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that. All right, my action. Torvo goes to the Grand Bazaar.
Torvo goes to the Grand Bazaar.
Get out of here, Torvo.
Stranahan gets engaged.
Stranahan gets engaged
With Sanjay's
by
ability.
Sanjay.
Target opposing character. If the controller has fewer cards in hand, you engage them.
He's very engaged right now. All right, my action. I am going to move Gillian.
I'm going to cry.
That's always an option.
Yeah, these are just tough decisions. You're doing a very good job of keeping Torvo out of positions to have fights. What I need is to make sure you have very few opportunities to use your until morale improves. And I think that's going to have to necessarily manifest with me doing something like this. Playing a Moor.
Oh, no.
With Sanjay. But this is tough, because I have really tough decisions, and frankly, I think, I hate to do it, because I've got some options in my hand. I think you cheated is the play. I'm going to pitch you cheated to pay for it. Sanjay goes home engaged. Guyan goes home engaged.
Oh, that's incredibly disappointing and ruins my plans.
Sanjay got the use on the city action, so at that point I hate losing the 2 influence, but he's got to go.
Yeah. I think you made the right call. I am going to be sad. And I'm going to Evan tail on Jack. Make him a little faster, make him a little bit more influential.
He's got some influence happening today.
He's a man with a fan. Ladies with fans, classic but old school. Gentlemen with fans, the new hotness, Carl.
The new hotness.
The new hotness.
You're not wrong.
Cannot wear a hat with this fan, though.
So you can do wounds to engage my boys. You can take wounds to stand back up. I feel like the answer is move Celine to the docks.
Okay.
Because wherever you move Odette, if a fight starts, you're sucking up another renown, and I just need to make sure. I mean, at this point, you can claim with Jack, but if you do,
all right,
you'll be able to recover there.
Yeah. I am going to move up Odette to the forums.
Saw this coming. Saw this coming. let's go ahead and we're just in a pickle here because we could both end up with a tie 3-3. You just have so much maneuvering that you can do. And it's a flat board state right now. This is a very interesting game. I just don't think this is going to do it for me.
I'm trying to lean into what the deck does. Avoid fights, get money. Capitalism is what I'll try to call the deck.
Capitalism deck. Man, I hate doing that. I feel like I'm gonna need to. You just got so much influence in that location, and very few things that I can actually do.
Yeah, Stranahan, surprising amount of influence.
Yeah, well, he's also got quite a bit of resolve, and that is impactful with Castile. Yeah, he's got really, really safe amount of influence, but frankly, I think I just kind of have to wait out until morale improves. Like I kind of feel like that's the position that I'm in, and I don't think you're gonna be able to put up much of a fight, and I should just kind of try to bolster what I have. I don't think you really have an opportunity to move over here. I'm going to go ahead and claim this location. Oh, actually, I have something else I could do. And frankly, I should have done earlier. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. It's not going to work out. That's really too bad. But that's okay because I was built for speed. We're going to go ahead and claim this location with Odette because I think it's what I got to do. So I've got the first claim of the turn.
Celine.
I'm sorry, Celine.
So Odette desperately wants to claim this location.
Oh, Odette cannot have it. I need what I have.
You do. Cannot deny that.
All right, I've got the docks right now.
All right, as my action.
Is it really already day 3? How the hell did that happen?
It maybe might just be.
We're flying through this game.
All right, I am going to pitch. You're embarrassing yourself and tend the wounded. Engage Odette to get Gincinto. He has 2 influence, and he's a diplomat, and he has a movement effect on his city action.
I'm gonna target a player. In order of initiative, each player that controls fewer characters than the targeted player may muster a character from their coach deck. 4. 1,
You're
2, 3,
right.
4, 5.
I forgot about chance encounter.
Don't do that.
I'm a dummy.
And yeah, I think the answer is Prima Rosa.
Prima's Rosa is
Prima's
pretty
Rosa.
stylish. She's a very stylish lady.
So Prima Rosa comes into play at that location, and then this gets discarded. Watch out.
Watch out.
Chance meeting will,
She's
bite
got
you in the
a
ass.
loot. She's got a loot, and she is not afraid to use it.
All right. That's a whole new tool I've got.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay. There are no good options. Alright, I'm going to have Sir Jack claim this location.
It has been claimed. Man, these are tough decisions here, but I think this is the move. I'm gonna play robbery, and I'm gonna take control of an Upman's Jacket from your discard pile. So, yeah, this is a pirate city action. Take control of target attachment in opponent's discard pile. I forgot this is pirate. Oh, it's a pirate city action. Stop! I've cheated. I've cheated. You've only gained more information about the things that I have and wish to do.
So what is the issue here?
The issue is I couldn't do it because I didn't have a pirate who could perform the city action that I wanted to perform the city action. Didn't really make sense to have I didn't want him to do it.
Okay.
I
So it's not you can't. It's not a good.
Yeah, it's just a different target because I did the thing called didn't read the card.
Big fan, by the way.
I'm in a really tough spot here because I've got plenty of cards. In fact, I have to get rid of 2 of these cards. That is the reality.
That's
I'm going to use the city action here. I'm going to discard a card and draw a card.
sure.
Cool. Go ahead.
I'm going to pass.
He's passed.
I'm passing.
How many cards do you have?
2.
He's got 2 cards.
You have a fistful of cards.
Yeah, and the card equilibrium here. So I think what I'm going to do, you've got a Gicinto over there. And he'll just pop in and move anybody who walks in out.
That's his job.
Torvo's already done his thing.
Selena's already used her reaction.
It's true. It's all true. Yeah, what a weird situation in which we find ourselves. I'm a little stucksies here because I really can't do much to threaten anybody, and I don't have the move potential. And frankly, you haven't gotten all the utility out of here until morale improves.
I have not.
Until, of course, I do a thing. Well, let's make mistakes and get messy, as Miss Frizzle said. We will go ahead and claim Prima Rosa's location, and I'll get the docks under my control. So let's update this. You get the forums.
You got 2 out of 3.
And I have the docks. No, I have the docks. And the bazaar.
All right, I will pass.
Passing, huh?
There's really not a lot I can do, unfortunately.
I've got to lose 2 cards. I'm going to walk Ratone up here.
Hot dag. Let's see. Well, he's a diplomat. I could move Ratone off, and then you would just murder Giacinto.
No, because I'll engage too. It depends on where you put them.
It does engage.
It engages both parties. I mean, they're both very tired from said kidnapping.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Giacinto and Ratone will move over to the docks.
This tracks.
If I was to move him over to the Grand Bazaar, Torvo would just murder Giacinto.
Tough calls, man. I gotta find a way to get rid of 2 cards. I have this problem. I love my cards. I love them. I love them.
If you love him, play him.
So what I'm gonna have to do here is I feel like I'm gonna put myself farthest ahead by just biting the bullet, playing the robbery, pitching raise the stakes, which I hate. I'm buying your Upman's jacket, by the way.
Get up.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right, that works. And Ratone stole himself an Upman's jacket.
Yoink.
Yoink, indeed. And these 2 are going to hit pay because they're gone. There was a pirate city action. He's a pirate scoundrel. You got anything else?
Nope.
I'm going to hit the pass button, and we're going to move on to day 4, which we've done twice now. Let's go update this nonsense. Man, what a we're
getting weird.
Yeah, that was.
I would have really I would have gone ahead because I planned on moving some money here with Gillian and moving money with Odette, but the circumstances just did not happen.
So we're on a day 4 here. This is a very close game. It's very funny because we're both at 5.
We're both at 5.
We're tied up again.
We sure are.
Totally weird.
I'm gonna move this money over to your pile here.
Oh, thank you for my money pile. Oh, money.
All right. Well, I have one choice.
You have one choice? Oh,
one choice.
Based on the situation, not because. Yeah. Oh, did you reputation Merite earlier?
I did.
You have one choice.
I have one choice.
Okay. Funny enough, I will have no choice next turn. I also have one choice because of what happened with getting my Rosa in.
You are toast.
So I have one choice. But before we do anything, we need to see the magic. So Takama comes into the docks.
Absolutely love Takama.
The object of wonder hits the forums, and Pena hits the bazaar. And Pena's, it's so late, I don't think Pena's going to be that useful.
Double check Pena. Pena could have value. Movement effects always have value, depending on where the money lands.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the play. I have too much of a hand lead already. All right, you ready to see it?
I'm still choosing.
Oh, you're still choosing your scheme, huh?
Yeah, my schemes are...
I've got 6 cards in hand.
Yeah. You have a lot. You have a lot of... You have a good balance between capable fighters.
I have 3 capable fighters and 2 disruptors.
Yeah. None of this is fun for me, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, I'm still having fun.
You also have so much influence on the board.
I have a lot of influence on the board. So...
3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're both about to be a crew cap.
Yeah.
So who can even afford a Takama or a Pena?
Now, that just means I can't... If I reach 6, I just can't...
Yeah, so if you ever are at crew cap and would recruit more characters, you must send characters to the locker until you can get the new character.
Got it. All right. I guess that makes my decision for me.
Ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Lorenzo, future leader written all over him. You know what we want to do with this guy as a leader? We wanted to have a flip ability.
I'm very glad I didn't also choose Contempt and Hatred so that my mercenary has an influence of 0.
Yeah, it would have been great. So this actually creates a whole kerfuffle that's going to happen in a minute. But Lorenzo, we want to do an A side and a B side. Okay. I mean, I kind of want to do the same thing for Maya. I think they'd be a little different. Okay. But I like the idea of, remember Magic, where you have the werewolf transformation?
Correct.
Something like that, and have it be contingent upon whether you're first or not first player.
Okay.
Yeah, make that a little more relevant. It's a fun design space.
That is very fun design.
So, full stop. We have a when revealed effect here, and it says, I'm going to borrow your card. When the scheme is revealed, discard all city cards from each city location. Bye-bye, everybody. Cool. Full stop. Then we do the bar later. So I'm going to add a renown, and then I can pay. It doesn't matter, because any renown I put off is going to get discarded when we get to your initiative 1 step. So I go through everything at 43 initiative. It doesn't matter. By the way, all mercenaries have -1 influence.
Oh, no.
That means you, Jacinto. I'm going to add a city card. You're going to add a city card to each city location. 1. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Well, risky undertaking could actually be relevant.
It could. Good.
And then we're going to add a renown to. You're going to add a renown to a location, and then I add a renown to a different location. So where do you want to put 1 singular renown?
We only need 2. I'm going to look at risky undertaking. You know what? I'm going to put it right in the forums. Central location. Safe bet.
I feel like I just got to put it here to make you use your resources.
Can't see no to that.
Yep, there you go. And I've got Contempt. That lets me have a influence pressure that breaks ties 1 time for claiming. All right. Wow, we've got a fully loaded crew here.
All right, and I'm going to discard Paid Off with Urika and add an influence to the forums.
This fight is for the forums.
So the forums is the happening pad.
It is, and I've got the higher initiative, do I not? I do.
Do indeed.
So you've got, I'm sure, a certain...
Nothing. Everything is higher than Shifting Tides. Shifting Tides is 1 by design. So let's get some cards. Finally getting 8 cards. I'm running out of deck here. Not as much as if I was in a fun deck, but
tough decisions here. Don't people dislike flip cards in Magic because you have to keep track? Yeah. It's a little different with a leader, was kind of my thinking. That's totally true if it's a card that you draw or a card that's going to be in your approach deck. But if it's your leader, it's always in play.
Yeah.
So,
and it doesn't even matter what sleeves you have.
Yeah, you just get a transparent sleeve for it. It's always going to be out in play. Because you're right, that's obnoxious, having to flip stuff around. That's actually why with Lucas Martinez, who technically has an A and a B side, he's a token. He's like a completely separate card.
Yep.
So, good thinking. It's still not that idea might not even survive playtesting. I've come into playtesting with so many ideas that ended up getting yeeted and deleted. It do be how it be. All right, I have to do this thing called looking at your entire discard pile. What do we got here?
Doing some card counting.
Dude, always.
I am feeling the loss of Leontine right now. Leontine first in the fight, first to fall. It hurts. It hurts me in my soul.
Oh man, decisions. Okay, I can do some stuff.
Oh, can you now?
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, we are absolutely. I think we just gotta walk Torvo up to the forum so we can play the game where you move Stranahan up, then Jack up, and then Jack moves Torvo, and then Torvo's sad because he's somewhere else. And you're just gonna do that. Why don't you?
Because I want to make sure that Torvo does the absolute minimum this game.
Drinking games.
You.
Pitching a main gauche for it.
Oh.
So we do. I go drinking with Jacinto and drink him under the table, and he engages.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I had 12 cards in hand. I only have 10 now.
I knew one of them.
I got a handful of answers. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I've been sitting on some of the same cards for a long time.
Okay, well now it's my action. I'm going to be sad as a reaction to that. That takes my reaction. You're going to punch Jack, so I'm going to have to move up Stranahan.
Holy crap. Well, all right. Okay. All right. I can't even ask him to issue a challenge. I can't ask Stranahan to fight. He's too weak.
He's too
soft.
flimsy. He's an old man.
That's too funny.
That sword is cosmetic. He beats you with his cane.
Rosa moves up.
All right. And I'm going to take a big risk here. I'm going to move Odette up.
All right. After a character moves to Rosa's location, their controller discards a card.
I sure do. And I'm going to discard Pole to the surprise of no one because Leontine is toast.
I'm going to play Amor and pay for it with quick reflexes, and Odette and Rosa develop a fond relationship and go home and make out.
They sure do.
Anyway, where were we? we're kind of making the same decisions over and over again.
Yeah. It's a time. All right. I'm going to pitch Hidden Corridors and Devotion.
Oh, no.
To Valiant Spirit Odette.
Hang on, let me see that. Yeah, you can do it at home because it's just an action.
It's just an action. It's not a city action. I read this time, chat. I'm learning. Are you proud of me, chat? Are you proud of me?
He's a big boy now.
I'm a big boy now.
He had 8. Yeah, I think we're walking Selene up here.
Oh, I don't like that. All right, I'm... moving Odette.
Odette, have you considered going drinking
Oh my
with
god.
me? So we're going to engage Odette because we drunk her under the table with our... Oh, hang on. I cheated. Nope, can't do that. I just showed my hand. Because you're going to be at 13 and I'm only at a 11.
Oh,
So Odette can hang out and play for a little bit.
I'm going to pretend you don't have that.
Anyway, then Sanjay came up.
Yeah, Sanjay came up, sure. All right, so Odette's going to turn sideways, and I am going to pitch one of my oh so valuable come hitters, which hurts me to my soul. I'm going to get Sigurd standing up, which means Giacinto goes away.
He sure does.
Now I have a mighty protector. I really wish Sigurd was a 3/3, but that would just make him too good.
Oh, I forgot to draw a card on the reaction there. Should remember my triggers.
It's okay. I have a feeling you're going to get it another chance.
I don't know, actually. Tough to say. I don't think I have that many passive triggers that I can leverage like that. So who do we have? We got Jack. We got these. So I'm looking at 3, 4, 5. I'm at 6 at this location, and you're at... cool. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'm going to claim this location with Sanjay. I'm claiming the forums, because I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, no.
And you're 5.
That's true.
The docks is under my... The forums is under my spell.
Ho, 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 ho. All right. I'm going to change the calculus by moving Jack up to the forums. I'm feeling a little bit saucier.
Please
now
tell
that
Jack
I've-
to sit down.
Oh, God.
With Sanjay's ability, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Plenty. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got answers. All right. Jack is going to tell Torvo to get back to the Grand Bazaar. Get out of here, Torvo.
Torvo is now in that place.
Jack has been moving Torvo every single turn that Jack has been out. That's the only thing that Jack does.
It's true.
It's like Torvo walks into a bar. Jack shouts from the far end, "Get out of here, you jackdaw. You know you're banned for what you did. You know what you did. Get out of here, kid." And then Torvo is shamed back to the mall. That's really all the Grand Bazaar is. It's an open air mall.
I mean, yeah, it is. We're going to move Raton up to the docks.
Ooh, interessante. Okay, I'm going to double check Raton because I'm pretty sure it's
He
opposing
can steal stuff. He can also move.
adjacent character.
So I can move into the forums anytime I want.
and grab Eventail, which will then drop.
Well,
his
as a technique, I can grab it. I can just move to a location where there is an
Oh.
opponent with an attachment, so I can just get a move.
You can just move.
Built-in move.
Okay,
Yep.
sure. All right,
The big mistake is probably not having Maya in this deck.
it's possible.
Yeah, CS Scott, we've only been, streaming here for like 3 hours, an unreasonable amount of time, so thanks for sticking around.
Do we have anyone that is like, you know what, sleeps for the week? I need to look at the 7th Sea stuff. All right, I'm going to move Gillian up to the forums.
We got Naraka.
We got a lot of influence on board here right now.
We're going to go ahead and move Lorenzo up here.
All right. Lorenzo's good at violence. All right, Araka's on the scene.
All right, everybody's at the forums right now?
Everybody's at the forums. Right?
Everybody's at the forums right now.
Right? Meow.
And if I fight, I have to fight Sigurd Ulfsson.
You sure do.
I see it. I see it, and I understand it. Tough calls, tough calls. That could be it. That could be the move.
only I could make Sigurd a diplomat so he benefits from straining it.
That could be the move. This is very scary.
I don't think Sigurd's much of a talker, though.
Oh, man, what do we have in here?
He's card counting.
What do we have in
You know that it's a deck full of parry-outs.
All right, let's go for the riskier play.
Absolutely. We have an audience of like
Improvising.
1 or 2 people.
Play target risk card on opponent's discard pile, paying all cost. I'm paying come hither.
Ooh, schnazzy.
You can also, now you have to sink on hither. Come hither.
Ooh,
I'm going to pitch main gauche. Hate doing that.
The beautiful come hither.
Yeah, the alt art, which didn't make it. It wasn't properly vertically inclined.
Oh, well.
And I'm going to pitch a roll the bones as well, which I just hate. And
You got the cards to burn. Oh, no.
Was it
I don't
Torvo's
like that.
house?
I don't like that at all, Carl. I don't like that even a little bit. Okay, well, I've still got a really good amount of influence here. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Who do we appreciate?
Mm-hmm.
Go Derek.
We appreciate Erica. She is the best. So you got 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am going to turn Erica sideways to claim. Boink.
You've claimed it. Let's move that over on the OBS.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gone from the forums on the left to the forums on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Unsanctioned duel.
Oh no.
I'm issuing a challenge to Odette. Here's 3.
Ooh.
You cannot refuse, Miss Odette. Do I smell a parry out at the start of the first round?
Yeah.
So if you parry out, it
If
still
I parry
continues
out,
because I have a
yeah.
threat. That's why Unsanctioned Duel is so spicy.
Okay. Let's.
Shadow's still up. Shadow, we got to get you over here for a stream game sometime. It'd be a blast.
And. Oh, I got my parry out.
Right. You can do that, but the duel continues.
The duel continues. Well, you know what?
It still might be worth it.
Yeah, it gets me more block, which is what I really care about.
Yeah, you're going to take 1 wound.
So I'm going to take 1 wound. Remy's going to be very excited by this.
Remy loves 7th seed. It's true. All right, so I got to see what I can do here. We're going to go ahead and gamble this. Absolutely, we're doing. Oh, Mista, no. Well, I'm going to, sink Mista because the reality is this is putting me in a good spot. I'm using Gygo's Blade. Gygo's Blade is no riposte. 1 parry. 1, 2, 3, 4 thrust. So that is close to enough to kill you. You could technically walk away now.
No, I can't. I would die.
No, because my maximum damage is 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not.
Unless I have a card that would do the thing.
Unless you have Relentless, yeah.
And the fact that Relentless exists alone is a really beautiful thing.
All right. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit here.
Oh,
hold on.
I did a thing called cheating.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's
rewinding.
What
I didn't see what that card was.
Back up. It's called I cheated and played Unsanctioned Duel, which is target non-leader.
Target non-leader.
Yeah, you can go ahead and put your cards back on top of your deck if you want. I mean, I kind of screwed you there. All right, so you're engaged. All right,
well,
can't play Unsanctioned. Thanks for calling me out on just cheating.
I guess I'm putting those 2
Now
back.
I missed this.
Rewind.
You can put them on top. I sunk mine as a punishment for being an utter and terrible fool. So I suppose I could just issue a normal fight seize to you.
I cannot criticize someone for not reading their cards because, as we've seen, I've been terribly illiterate a dozen times.
This is also fatigue from playing for so long, and the fact that I don't play with these cards very often too. But that's not an excuse.
I am adjusting to a completely different style, completely new cards. This is a thorough education for me, and I really appreciate it.
I'm issuing just a regular challenge to you.
Okay.
So here's my regular normal boy challenge of 3.
All right.
Without
I'm
playing
doing a
illegal
regular,
cards.
and I'm
Oh
doing,
boy, you're parry out.
I'm on my parry out.
All right.
All right. So
Fair
that's
is
what
fair.
actually happens.
All right.
Rewind. The timeline is restored.
And then I'm going to go ahead and...
And then
I'll go ahead and
put you on the
pop
bottom.
Relentless on that, and we'll both take a wound.
Ouch. I thought you might. Maybe just.
Oh, yeah, I want to put it down.
Okay. Yeah, it's your card. Oh, oof, ouch, my bones. All right. I am gonna pass.
He passes.
Yep, I have no reason to move. I have no reason to fight.
I'm going to claim this. I think so. Let me think about this. I'm going to claim this location with Breton.
Okay.
So I have the docks under my command now.
All right.
Man, thank God for Terra Big Hammer.
Oh yeah.
What would we do without you? Probably play this game badly and let me get illegitimate wins from, not reading cards. But I love how, the designers here are like, let's play a game. Oh, I don't know how to play.
Yep. Yeah, fun fact.
One of the designers.
Yeah, I mean, the head designer of Dark Souls, he doesn't release a region until he himself
Can beat it. Yeah.
So that just goes to show you, if like a 6-year-old Japanese man can beat Dark Souls, so can you. Believe in yourself. When in doubt, big shield, big hammer, bing bong. All right, I pass.
City action. Target an adjacent enemy character equipped with an attachment. Move or tone to their location. Everybody at the forums.
Absolutely everybody except Torvo, who's
except for
gonna be
Torvo.
sad. He's gonna be sad
Who issued his
because
fight.
he got a tabard thrown in his face, and he's like, you know what? Ah!
That's what I get for not reading cards.
Yep, and then Odette Twitter's, 23 Skadoo!
I did do one boo-boo, though.
Stall.
Oh, he's engaged. Thank you.
Yeah.
And let's upgrade you to a 2 token. Oh, no, that's broken. Let's upgrade you to a 2
Yep,
token.
he's
All right.
gone from a boo-boo to a two-boo.
All right, what you got, Derek?
I'm passing.
Contempt and hatred. We're tied 8-8.
We're tied 8-8.
I use my city action to break the tie and take the forums back.
Oh my goodness. Well, before you do all that work, Carl, I'm going to discard Come Hither, and I'm going to Diplomatic Impunity. 1, 2, 3 diplomats. Boink.
High five. How many cards do you have?
2 cards in hand.
All right, and we're tied right now, huh?
And we are tied.
Dude, what the hell? This is the most even game I have ever seen. All right, man. This just keeps going.
I went to like 3 tiebreakers at Gen Con. This is, this is truly craps in a bucket. This is, the struggle of titans. This is the WWE cage match.
All right, I'm going to have to do the thing. I'm the first player.
You are.
I'm going to engage you at Celine and play Carnival. If you are the first player, engage your on-guard performer. This location becomes uncontrolled.
Ooh, rough.
So now the forums is controlled by not a single person.
Are you ready for some BS?
Oh, dude, are you about to win this game? Let's go.
I discard I'm done with you and use the other diplomatic immunity to grab.
Dude, good game. I cannot stop you. That is so cool. All right, man, dude, that
And
was a
everyone,
hard fought
everyone's
game.
engaged.
Hard fought game. So
Bucks on soon.
I end up with 6. You end up with 7, dude. That was awesome, man. That was a really great game.
I'm really surprised that my fighting deck didn't pull through, and my diplomacy deck just squeaked by.
Don't doubt the diplomats. I think they've got a really good shot at Gen Con this year. But granted,
I think I need to refine it a little.
What do
more.
I know? I thought Unsanctioned Duel could be used on leaders, even though I specifically wrote it to do non-leader many months ago. I just can't keep track of anything. So, dude,
I think I need to turn
excellent
down.
game.
I think I need to turn down some of the diplomat hate in this deck for a bit more combat-oriented cards, because I do have 2 musketeers, both of them are duelists, and not having just a little bit of combat utility really put me in some awkward positions in many different instances.
Well, whatever you did with your deck building, I think you did right, because the reality was it was incredibly difficult to get any fights on Jack, and Jack was so disruptive, and I just couldn't get a fight on him. I think
even though Jack has been toned down, he's really in the sweet spot.
I think you distributed your renown really well to capitalize on it.
Thankfully, I have a lot of practice with that, just being a Montaigne player by trade.
Yeah.
And Jack just, like, the thing is, if I'm bringing out, I'm just going to clear this up for the chat here. If I'm bringing out Jack, I'm bringing out tea and cakes. And I mentioned this on the last stream, and I'll mention it again because it's really worth emphasizing.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jack says...
Yeah, it's a deadly combo.
Up, move.
And then he can kick you
and
back.
then kick him away.
Yeah, because Tea and Cakes lets you move the opposing character and the renown. But, granted, you do that, and then I have a response window.
You do, for Celine specifically.
I worry here and there.
But the thing is, his city action doesn't cost anything. It's restrictive. It's a non-leader. It's a city location with less renown. It has to be an adjacent city location. There are a lot of restrictions to the city action. But because of that, there's no cost. I'm forcing you to use answers for effectively nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. No,
that has
I think
a lot of value.
You piloted him really well. That was really impressive. You played that whole game, I think, really, really well. It looks like people had fun with it. Thank you guys for sticking around till the end here.
Yeah.
We went from, I think we had 12 at one point down to 6 as we've been up so late. But everybody, thanks for hanging out.
You guys with jobs.
Yeah. But I think we're going to close up for the night. And then we'll plan on being live again next Tuesday. And if you guys have any requests in between, let us know. And I'll be building a Vidachi sorcery deck between then and now to try to show some of those things off, and just kind of design considerations we had about how certain things should behave. And we'll talk more about that. Yeah. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all so much.